All right, everybody, it's Saturday night, and yes, we're still waiting on DOOMCOCK, but I didn't want you guys to think that I had fallen asleep or forgot about the stream or anything like that. So I can hear myself on the computer. That's a little weird. There we go. So here I am. I'm here live. It's Saturday night. I've been paying attention to the chat. We're having a lot of great Snoke movie topics. I've been laughing the whole time. So I thank everyone for their patience as we're waiting. Let me know what's new with you guys. Today has been kind of a weird day. I've been working on the single videos that everyone wants, been working on the Indiegogo, been working on all kinds of stuff. So Road Class Bullshitters is a 7-day-a-week job, but that's okay. I love doing it. Tomorrow, more work. And then next weekend's the convention, so it's going to be an exciting time for the channel. I'm sorry I scared you. Grand Muff Jeff, all is well here, my friend. All is well here. Yes, we can chant DOOMCOCK all night. Like I said, he and I had talked. He had some work to do, but he said he would be here, and I sent him the link a while ago. And it's no big deal. Shit happens. People fall asleep. People get held up. We'll just wait for him for a little bit. It's no big deal. Ref Dealine, thank you for the first super chat of the evening. Just finished the Thrawn audiobooks. Well, tell me what you thought of them, Ref Dealine. I haven't had a chance to listen to any Star Wars audiobooks, but as I work on the Indiegogo artwork, I could listen to some Star Wars audiobooks. The Muff Army has gone Snoke. Yeah, well, at least you haven't gone to Plaid. I can give the link to the Indiegogo when it goes live sooner than you think, but I got to keep you guys on your toes until it's officially ready. I'm going all out, just like EVS, so it's going to be huge. And it's something you all are going to love, trust me. I didn't get a chance to watch... No, I did watch the Star Wars Resistance trailer. I'm going to do a separate video on it because it's kind of dumb, but we can talk about it now. Basil, thank you for your super chat. Did Doom Thingy us in the face? Nah, he's good. He's a cool guy. Like I said, sometimes stuff happens and you can't control it. There have been times, like last night, I think we were supposed to do the Star Wars holiday special, and stuff fell apart. I think EVS is sick, or I heard something like that. So, we are people, and sometimes life hits you. So I'm just waiting on DOOMCOCK. He'll eventually come into a live mic, which, is always fine. It's DOOMCOCK. He's always in control. And then we'll have the show. But until then, we're just here to hang out and talk to you guys. So right now, the Rian Johnson situation is just that, a rumor. No one knows the truth, but it's exciting to think that it's a possibility. I know that there's been a lot of rumors and speculation going on about Kathleen Kennedy leaving in September. And I am probably the number one proponent of that. And I'm hoping it happens. I'm thinking to myself, please, go. Get out of here. You're terrible at your job. No one likes you, and you smell funny. Marat Aline, thank you very much. It's on YouTube. They are great with sound effects, music, and very good voice acting. Jaros Saboth got a lot of laughs from me. Well, thank you very much, Marat Aline. I will make sure that I check those out. That's where I found Star Wars Dark Empire. That's one where Luke turns to the dark side again, and there's a clone of the Emperor. I did listen to that one, and that had Billy D. Williams as a voice actor. So I always call those the Star Wars audio dramas because they go above and beyond just a British guy reading the female voices. You get the score and all that fun stuff. It's like, if you know the movies like we all do, you close your eyes and you're watching another Star Wars film. Well, thank you, Adam. I appreciate that, man. DOOMCOCK is on his way. Like I said, I sent the link to him a while ago, and I haven't heard back yet. It's no big deal. We'll wait patiently. I was watching some YouTube videos in the meantime, and it's been a lot of fun. So, let's see. Everyone's popping up in the chat. Obi-Wan 27883. Thank you very much, my friend. Just did the Mark Thompson Thrawn trilogy and Hand of Thrawn duology audiobook. So amazing to hear after reading it. Starting Darth Plagueis now. Sorry, I was reading the message about EVS getting lupus from the butter. But Obi-Wan, God damn it, Joel. But Yeah, the Darth Plagueis novel. You have to tell me about that. If you're reading these or listening to them on YouTube, you guys can always just send me links through the email account, worldclassbs@mail.com, thebestmail.com, and I'll check them out. I don't like complete silence when I draw. Basil, thank you very much. Have Cthulhu must have tried to get loose. Ah, well, maybe Doomcock's trying to corral him back in. Indiana Snoke of the Temple of Doomcock. I like that. After, I have some time again, maybe I'll draw a little poster of that. Let's see. You listen to jazz when you draw Blue Watcher. Blue Watcher, you always seem to have some good information about Blu-rays. When we did our James Bond thing the other day, which YouTube kind of hit us with, you were talking about the 4K releases of Bond. Now, I don't want to bore anyone, but I knew that the GoldenEye Blu-ray is from a really shitty DVD master, so the movie doesn't look that good on Blu-ray now. So I will actually buy the Bond set on 4K just to see a better copy of GoldenEye, my favorite Bond flick. Twistle of Mobius, thank you very much for your generous super chat. Doing pretty good. Fun fact, I usually paint minis listening to the streams. Want a Snoke title? Dr. Strange Snoke and How I Learned to Love the Failure. I like it. I like the Snoke titles. It's a fun thing. It beats the Muff titles, or nothing can beat the Moist, but everything can beat the Muff if you know what you're doing. No, but I like these. They're a lot of fun. That's what we try to do at the channel every stream, It seems like people at night have just a much different attitude. So maybe we'll start doing these on Saturday nights, just for a little crazy fun hangout. Now, I'll tell you this, guys. Next Saturday night, we're going to be at this convention, and we're going to be partying and, making business connections for the show. But we will do some live streams with us on camera, and we'll probably be pretty heavily buzzed. So if you want to ask us crazy questions or, give us crazy scenarios to discuss, next Saturday night is the time to do it. So you're painting minis. I assume those are like little mini figures. I have I guess I can call her a friend. There's this girl I know that paints those things all the time. So seems like a pretty popular hobby. I don't really do much with painting or coloring or anything like that. I strictly stick to black and white. So that's how I roll right now. Samuel Aragon, thank you very much. All Doomcocks have refractory periods. If you understood that one, press 1, because Samuel, that's the smartest super chat of the evening. Obi-Wan 27883, listening to these on Audible, too easy to purchase. I've been fortunate enough to have some listeners send me Audible credits, so I have a few of those and a back catalog that I'll eventually get to. I offered one to my mom, though, because my mom is one of those people that falls asleep when reading, but there's all these books she wants to read. She's like, I'd love to read this one and that one. I'm like, well, Mom, I'll just get you it on Audible, and you can fall asleep, and then it'll pick back up when you turn your phone back on. So, Mareth Dialine, you popped up again, my friend. Thrawn Trilogy also deals with the New Republic politics, Mara Jade, and Dark Jedi with Thrawn, what my grandma calls evil Sherlock Holmes. It's always funny to see how like a parent or a grandparent perceives the entertainment that we're into. My grandma always would be like, she never understood Power Rangers. She likes Batman, so my grandma has always liked Batman. But the only like celebrity that I've liked that she could recognize was The Rock, because I used to wear this t-shirt. It was the dumbest t-shirt, but I thought it was cool at the time. It was like a brown shirt with The Rock's face, and it just said The Rock above it. So I guess because I wore it 400 times, she figured out who it is. So whenever he has a movie or on TV, she goes like, oh, Jeffrey, that guy you like's on TV. So I assume it's The Rock, because I'm not a fan of too many other people. Governor Tarkin, thank you very much for your chat. What's up, Jeff? Well, let's give you a quick update. I'm still waiting on Doomcock, but I didn't want you guys to just keep waiting and waiting and waiting, because it gets late, people are drinking, you get antsy. I didn't want anyone to assume that I was asleep. I was, laying in bed watching Third Rock from the Sun, eating a late dinner. But then I came back into the office, made myself a cup of coffee, and now I'm ready to go. So that's what's up right now. A lot of people understood that joke, so I'm proud. Hey, Kendo, what's up? The Iron Jedi. No, I read many comments, but a bunch of super chats are popping up, so I didn't see yours. Just re-message me. Obi-Wan says, new chat challenge. Use both Muff and Snoke now. All right, Obi-Wan. That's up to the listeners to come up with the best one right there. It's been laid out by Obi-Wan 27883. New chat challenge. Use both Muff and Snoke now. Basil says, I think Doomcock is pounding the Muff. Well, that's a great reason why you wouldn't be on the stream. It's like I said, no matter what happens tonight, there's no I'm not angry. Like I said, shit happens. You guys understand that. I think that's how all of us operate. Well, I like to think that's how all of us operate. And so, we'll just wait and see. If not, we'll have some fun. We'll play some games. We'll keep this thing rolling for a little bit. Like I said, I'm a little wired on coffee, and I'm ready to have some fun. The Snoke, the Muff, and the Moistly. All right, that's a pretty good one. Marette Aline, thank you very much. Funny story about my grandma. My 11-year-old brother was watching WWE, and she saw The Rock. She thought it was O.J. Simpson, proceeded to tell him about the trial. Well, Kendo is in the chat right now thinking to himself, O.J. did nothing wrong, because Kendo is the world's biggest O.J. Simpson fan. And last year when he was released from prison, Kendo's like, good, it's about time. But let's see about your grandma. Your brother was watching WWE and saw The Rock. That's just funny how people mistake people for other celebrities. Now, the only one that I find acceptable is Javier Bardem Morgan, because Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Javier Bardem look exactly the same. And I think I'm going to put out a T-shirt with their face on it, and it's just going to say Javier Bardem Morgan. And if anyone says, how can you sell a shirt with their face on it? I'll say, whose face is it? Because if they can figure it out, then they can send a cease and desist letter. That's my excuse right there. Basil says, have Kendo come on and pretend he's Doomcock. LOL. Let's see. Possibly sketch therapy. Possibly. I appreciate all you do for the channel already, man. And just be prepared for the Indiegogo. I know you're really into the Comicsgate community, and you're preaching the word and helping a lot of people's work get out there. So I have, different plans with the money we raise. I want to try to get this made into a movie and get it out there. And I keep making sure, I keep checking all the steps of the process. I came up with a new scene from the story. I think you guys are going to love it. Like, put it like this. This gets made. It goes Spaceballs in this story as the best Star Wars parodies. It'll beat Fanboys. There's so many. I can't wait to announce it. Put it like that. How's getting Mandalore on the channel going? He said he would do it. Somebody said something about Dash Star or something. So I don't really run the Twitter. So if people send like a tweet, it's kind of hard to get connected to another YouTube channel that way. That's why Pat from Please Rewind and Doomcock got on really quickly, because they emailed us, and I try to check it every 36 hours or so. I can't promise I check the email every 5 minutes, because mail.com is just some generic website. But I do check it enough to where if some other YouTuber, like I got to get back with the Writer Junkie podcast, they did a lot of stuff for us, and I'd like to repay them by getting them on here. If you guys want to do me a favor right now, go check out the Writer Junkie YouTube channel, give them a subscribe, and then comment on one of their videos, Jeff from World Class Bullshit or something, because that dude's a good guy, and we need to help the community grow. Caesarea Japan says, at a festival listening to World Class Bullshitters. Ooh. Caesarea Japan, it is festival season here where I live. Actually, I went to a Catholic school, and the festival's this weekend, and they actually had my grade school reunion last night, and I decided to go switch phone carriers instead of going to my grade school reunion. So I saw the photo on Facebook, and everyone looked drunk and happy, and I thought, I'm ready to get rid of Sprint over seeing people from 15 years ago. But I figure we all live in the same neighborhood. If they see me, they can say, hey, I'm all about that. Let's see. We need Doomcock. Everyone needs Doomcock. Like I said, we'd agreed on this time. He was getting off work. He's a little behind. If he doesn't show up by the stroke of midnight, I'll figure something else out. Random game users probably having interference trying to get through the center of the earth. By the way, random game user, you got some cool stuff in that office of yours. Well, Gamepad, I'm glad you woke up from a nap just to hang out with me right now. It's no big deal, sketch therapy. I got you, man. PowerCon next weekend. I know there's Power Morphicon, which is the big Power Ranger convention that's going on right now. I don't know if PowerCon's another convention for Power Rangers or what, but yeah, we'll find out. 2 minutes to midnight. Actually, 30 minutes to midnight here. I'm gonna stroke it at midnight. Honestly, I'll probably fall asleep at midnight. It took a late night cup of coffee to get me in here. When you're laying in bed and you're watching Third Rock from the Sun reruns, and you realize how 90s that show is, and then it makes you realize how time goes by so fast. They're talking about the 1998 to 1999 New Year's Eve celebration. I thought, oh my God, I was 10. I remember that. Jeff, have you seen Foggy Fresh's Street Rangers 2? Shit's dope. I have not. I don't really. Here's the thing. I loved Power Rangers as a kid. It was my favorite anything. When I got into it hard. But I also got out of it really quickly. Once they switched over to Zeo, I found Star Wars, and then, I'm 30. Star Wars is still a thing to me. Power Rangers, I look back fondly. I have nostalgic memories. Put it like this, wish me luck. They have an open call for that show, The Toys That Made Us, on Netflix. And if you have a Power Ranger collection or a wrestling collection, they want you to come on the show. So I've contacted them. I'm going to contact them again over Twitter. Hopefully they'll see that this is a show and maybe we can, use the numbers to our advantage. But that's my next goal, is to try to get on that show just for fun. There's no money involved. It's not even to promote the channel. It was something I loved as a kid. I still have all the stuff. And I have a ton of great stories about how I acquired the stuff. So it won't be this is the Blue Ranger and I love him because he's blue. No, it'll be like, oh yeah, I got this. Never mind. Let's just hope it happens. 6 turning 4 burning. Thank you very much. My Snoke don't want none unless you got Big Muff on. I wish Sir Mix-a-Lot wasn't busy right now. I feel like he would be a lot of fun. So he'd be like, so what's your show called? I'll be like, World Class Bullshitters. Who are you? My name's Jeff. He's like, all right, what do you want to talk about? Well, your rap career and the one song you had. I haven't shown any toys in a while. Yeah, I haven't. I haven't really bought much. I got some Hot Wheel DeLoreans. We can do another one of those shows where I pull out the webcam and show some toys. That'd be fun. You saw Beverly Hills Cop for the first time, and it was a blast. I'm glad you liked it. Let me know what you thought of the music, Bo. The music is one of the reasons why I can watch that movie, 3 times a day if I had to. Well, if I didn't have anything else to do, I could watch it all the time. It's funny, you said Disney, the maker of your childhood, is now destroying it. Well, Disney actually bought Power Rangers at one point in time, but they fucked it up so bad that Saban bought it back, and now it's owned by Hasbro. So when people say, oh, I wish George Lucas would buy back Star Wars or so-and-so would buy back Star Wars, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it has happened with a Disney property where they acquired something, the original owner bought it back, and then sold it to a new owner like a decade later. I'll give Saban that for as crappy as he's been and cutting corners and shit. He kept that brand alive. JSP, PowerCon is a He-Man / She-Ra convention. It's kind of weird that somebody brought this up. I actually was watching, there's this guy I watch on YouTube called Minty Comedic Arts. Pretty funny. And he was talking about He-Man. And then earlier that day, before I watched that video, I actually just looked up Masters of the Universe, and they have a YouTube channel here with all the episodes. So I watched this one where He-Man got stuck in the desert with Man-at-Arms, and they found a robot in a ship, and they fought a giant crab. Before my time, kind of weird, but I would like to go to PowerCon to pick up those like Super 7 or whatever they're called. Not Super 7. What are they called? The good ones. Those really expensive He-Man figures, a He-Man and a Skeletor. I know they're like $80. I know they're hard to find now, but I'd like to get those just for the toy collection in general. They're 2 cool, iconic characters in pop culture. Not necessarily things I'm attached to, but something neat to own. Son of Sniglet, thank you very much. A cool name. My first ever super chat goes to you. Found World Class in December when couldn't reconcile the reviews I read with dog shit I saw in the theater. Cheers. Well, thank you, Son of Sniglet. I'm honored that we're your first super chat ever, and I'm glad that you found us and that you've stuck with us since December. I was actually, when I was doing some work, taking a break, and I looked up or listened to some of the old episodes we had done last June to now, just to see how we've done, kind of like to grade myself. And it's so bizarre, but I'm so thankful at the same time how quick we've grown from where we were at the beginning of this year. And there's definitely been like a nice swing in like the flow of the show. Before it was welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop. Actually, for those who don't know, it used to go welcome to World Class Bullshitters, where we discuss pop culture on a 6th grade reading level, and no one ever got the joke. So I got rid of it. And then it was just welcome to World Class Bullshitters, and then hi, and then back to welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. And then eventually it became, the nice, energetic, welcome to World Class Bullshitters type of thing. And that's where we are today. So thank you, Son of Sniglet. And The Last Jedi has harmed so many people. And I'm actually working on a really good video talking about how we, the fandom menace or whatever you'd like to call us, now have Disney scared because of the way they're marketing the making of Episode 9. It's kind of interesting. I'm going to make you wait for the video, but it's coming sooner than you think. I've written it all out. The guy hit Wrapped maybe got back, performed at my local fair in Texas. I guess he ain't doing too much these days, Sir Mix-a-Lot. Mareth Dealine says, is it true if you say moist 5 times fast, Brandon appears? I got to head to bed. We'll finish tomorrow. Well, Mareth Dealine, thank you very much for all you've done. Thank you for all the limericks. And hopefully you hear this part. Moist, 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 moist. Oh, shit. Thank you, though. Where does Future Popcast come from? Was it the previous name of the show? Okay. Well, I like talking about stuff that we never got to do. So Future Pop was an idea that Dustin and I had almost 10 years ago. This would have been like early 2010, so going on 9 years. We wanted to do a YouTube channel or stuff. Actually, on the computer of mine that was stolen, I have like old scripts, so they're wiped away in the ether. But my point is, we were originally going to call it Future Pop, the future of pop culture. So we had a Twitter, we had a Facebook, and all this stuff. And then nothing really came of it because Dustin was either off doing his own thing or dealing with having 2 babies at once. Shit that normally doesn't happen to a 21-year-old. And so we kind of shelved it. And the name Future Pop stuck. And I thought, I made the Facebook page for this group and this logo and stuff, and I thought we were going to call it, the Future Popcast. But then one day World Class Bullshitters just kind of hit me, and I thought, that's a much better name. It's memorable because our audience tends to skew a little older. And, if your YouTube channel is like, Xbox 211811 underscore Brody Rules, it's kind of hard to explain to people. So the name World Class Bullshitters is kind of basic, but it's catchy. And we're like the only thing like, that's our name. There's other people that have very similar channel names, but there's only one World Class Bullshitters. So Future Popcast was originally going to be our thing. And that's why our official Facebook page is World Class Bullshitters, a Future Pop podcast. So there you go, Colton Bach. Now you know. Let's see. Aaron Cook says, Axe Left is the only song I know how to play on keyboards. Well, Aaron, let me tell you this. I can play every section from the damn Beverly Hills Cop score on a keyboard because of how much I love Axel F. If it wasn't going to get me a copyright, I'll put it like this. If anyone ever meets me at a convention where there's a piano, I will play you any version of Axel F from the movie. You name it, Banana in the Tailpipe, Chase the Hares, all those things. You just ask, I will sit down at a keyboard and boom, I'm ready to go. But it's fun. Now, one thing, Aaron, I'll tell you too, I used to know how to just do the right hand, but starting last summer, or actually starting earlier this year, I said I'm going to do left and right. So I had to teach myself the bass line, then I had to teach it with my left hand, and then I had to teach it to myself at the same time. So now I can just bust it out. I can honestly play with my eyes closed. It's easy to me now, but it was something I just love that so much. Timothy Riggs, if there is a piano at Horror Hound, I guarantee you, I guarantee you, making the promise of the promise of the promise. That's a Backlash 2000 reference. You find me a piano in the hotel complex because there's multiple hotels connected. I will go and I will play you some Axel F. I'll even play the Halloween theme and I'll finish you out with my favorite song. Nicholas Glenn, thank you very much. Hail World Class Bullshitters and Doomcock from Pensacola, Florida. So does that mean you're close to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers? Because I'm pretty sure he's in that part of Florida. I don't know everything about him, but I'm pretty sure he's in Florida. I know he's in Florida for sure. He tells you guys that. Let's see who else. Man, I'm glad everyone's sticking around tonight. I appreciate that, guys. This is like a much more intense Good Morning Pop Culture. We'll call it Good Evening Pop Culture. User X, hey man, Cincy fan, listening to you on vacation up in the Amish country. Keep up the good work. Thank you, User X. It's cool to know that we got some local fans. I wonder if you'll be like the other guy that figured out who I was based on my voice. That'd be kind of cool. If you find me, say hey, man. Let's see, Basil, Jeff. What do you think about Crazy Frog XLF? I hate it. When I was a kid, I got into that Beverly Hills Cop movie. I got into the movie as a kid, liked the song. I had the soundtrack at like 9 years old. Then the Crazy Frog version came out, and at first I thought, cool, Axel F is back. But what bothers me is that people know the song as the Crazy Frog song, and that bap bap part where the frog talks over the music is very annoying to me. So I'm a purist. I'm one of those people, like, if it's not a Harold Faltermeyer version, I don't even want to listen to it, which makes me sound like the only musically snobby thing I'll say on this channel is like, yeah, I prefer the originals, and if they're not, I don't want them. If you could get rid of one Star Wars character, which would it be? Prequels don't count. You know, I've softened on the prequels a lot. If I'm getting rid of one character, it's probably Rey because she's stupid, or L337. And L337 less Solo, a Star Wars story, is a slightly better film in my opinion. Timothy Riggs, thank you very much. Might be taking over a work site in Cincy later this year. Not sure I can really handle a fourth, so good chance I'll be in your area on a regular basis. Well, man, you shoot me a message. You know how to message us. I think you're a patron. So yeah, just shoot me a message, and I'll get some of the other guys that used to be on the show. We can all go get some beer or something. Just shoot the shit. I always keep that option open to anyone that's a local listener. Maybe quarterly. I'll do my best because this is a full-time thing. I'll just get people together and we'll, meet up at the Hofbrau house and we'll have a beer. I've met up with a listener over at the comic book store. We talked for like 5 hours straight. So, yeah, Timothy Riggs, just let me know. Damn, Jeff, you're sexist. They're both strong females. Eva. Well, I'm all about equality in this world. And a bad character is a bad character, no matter the gender or robot, human, hybrid they may be. So I judge all characters equally. And if you suck, you suck. It doesn't help that the first 5 terrible characters from the Star Wars sequel era all happen to be women. Holdo and Rey and Rose Tico and L337 are all stupid characters. But don't worry, Finn and Poe Dameron, General Hux, Snoke, Kylo Ren, they're not any better. They're just less offensive somehow. Matthew Mann, thank you very much. You ever watch the BBC Robin Hood or BBC Sherlock series? How about Downton Abbey? I have never seen any of those things. Now, the Sherlock one that you're talking about is the Benedict Cumberbatch, correct? Because I've seen, I know about it, and I've seen clips and pictures and stuff, but I've never sat down to watch an episode at all. BBC stuff that I enjoy, I like the classic stuff like Are You Being Served and Keeping Up Appearances. I've watched a lot of Doctor Who. I'm really drawing a blank. Alan Partridge. That's my favorite thing from the BBC ever. I know a lot of our European listeners will know Alan Partridge. And if you're a patron, I snuck Alan Partridge into the Spy Who Loved Me commentary. Just be sure, did you tell DOOMCOCK 11 Eastern because he's on Central Time? Oh, I don't know. I don't really know where DOOMCOCK lives. I don't know what time it is at the center of the earth. So I might have told him 11 and he thought it was his time. So that could be the confusion. So we'll find out. It's no big deal. Like I said, I got the time. We'll just keep the show a little longer. We'll hang out with DOOMCOCK. Acid Blade 21, thank you very much. Keep up the good work, Jeff. I like listening to world-class bullshitters. It gives me something to listen to when I build Gundam model kits, since they take anywhere between 20 to 100 hours to build. Holy shit. So you're a dedicated fan of the Gundam model kits. I haven't built a model kit since the 90s. I tried doing the Millennium Falcon and the Shuttle Tidarian, and boom, I like glued my finger to my other finger, and then I gave up. Let's see, Petri Renbro, hail all shitters from Sweden. Thank you very much, Petri Renbro. Thank you very much for listening all the way in Sweden. What time is it in your neck of the world? Let's see. There's no time zone underground with all the chuds. Thanks, Kendo. My favorite Godzilla movie. I am a fan of Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. Is that the Planet X movie? I like a lot of the old ones. And to be honest, as a kid, they all kind of blended together. You would rent one, and it's like, oh, this is where he fights this monster. And I only remember the Godzilla parts. Mareth Dioline, thank you very much. One more thing. Here's a gift equals Star Wars Limerick Blogspot Online. Oh. Star Wars Limerick Blogspot Online. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Pretend this is the morning show. Just show some deformed comic art for Nightmare Fuel or some artificials. I could, yeah, hold on. Let's pull up something. I could do that for you guys. Let's see. Bad comic book art. This is always fun. I never want to just keep pulling up Rob Liefeld because I feel like you're, beating a dead horse to scare my best friend Dion. Because, Rob Liefeld has had bad art, but he's also had really good art and a nice legacy. So I really don't feel like picking on him solely. But give me a moment, and I'll look for that website, and hopefully I can find something. Oh, holy shit, this is zoomed in. I feel so weird not looking at who's talking right now. Sorry for the awkward silence. I saw this one the other day. I wanted to show it to you guys. Now, this isn't really necessarily bad art as much as it is funny, and it's a meme. So let me know what you guys think of this one. Wait, that's not what I want to do. Screen share. There we are. So now this is from Punisher. I think this was Garth Ennis, and he's the writer. So check that out. But I'll answer this. Has anyone gotten into Dragon Ball? It's been recommended to me, but I'm not really into that sort of thing. What about you, world class bullshitters? I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. I was in the 5th grade when it got really popular in 1999. So I didn't have cable at the time. So I'd go to this kid, his name was Taylor, and we would go to his house after school and we'd watch Reboot and Dragon Ball Z. Because I think Reboot was 5, Dragon Ball Z was 5:30. And I'll never forget as a kid, we were watching the Namek saga, and well, I got an email. That's the end of the story. Wow, thank you, Holdo's Muff. No, but it got to like a cliffhanger, and I had to go home, and then that was like on a Friday, and I don't think I went to his house for like a week, and I missed out. So the next time I went to my uncle's house, they were showing Dragon Ball Z at night on Adult Swim or whatever, Toonami, and it was a different story arc, and I just completely lost what was going on in the show. So I never really saw Dragon Ball Z in the right chronological order, but I've seen a lot of it now, and I do like that show. You're about to hit 70K, Jeff. Let's keep this up until either Doomcock arrives or you hit 70K, whatever comes first. Shit, I would, if I had a guarantee hitting 71K by staying on this, or 70K by hitting this stream for a while, definitely would. I like doing live streams. It was weird. Last night, I felt like there was a hole in my life. I'm like, I should be going live right now. There's stuff we could just be talking about, but no. I chose to go to bed after I didn't hear back about the High Council stuff. By the way, since everyone's out there listening, High Council's here on World Class Bullshitters this week, just to keep you guys up to date. And it's going to be a crazy night. That High Council's the most fun night of the week. By the way, Nerd Erotic channel, thank you very much. I got my emails about Patreon, so I appreciate you guys so much. Like I said, folks, if you've joined that level, the $25 level and up, I will be sending out your shirts soonish. I got all the equipment here. I'm trying to learn it so I can cut out the middleman and actually add a little more to your shirts too, because as of now, the place
Yeah.
that prints them only lets you do something on the front and the back, and they really, rack up the charges by doing that. I want to put something on the sleeve as well as the front and the back, so I'm going to be making those better myself. I'm seeing some toy questions. If you guys have toy questions, let me know. I always love answering those. Salvador says, my mama said that shark is so ornery because they got all them teeth and no Jeff to eat. God damn it.
Hey.
Oh, there you are. Oh, okay. So I guess we were on the wrong time. By the way, we're on the air. I just want to give you a heads up.
Well, I thought you said 11 o'clock.
I did, but I didn't realize we were in different time zones.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Damn it. It's no big deal. People have been patiently waiting.
Oh, hell, I'm sorry, man. Yeah. Central Daylight Time or Central Standard Time or whatever the fuck it is. Sorry, shit.
Don't apologize. Give me a second. Say hey to the people. I got to go get my headphones out of the other room, and then we will start the show we had not planned. We're just, going to shoot the shit and start talking.
That sounds good. Greetings, all of you world-class bullshitters. This is Dictor Van Doomcock in Central Daylight Time. Not whatever. I don't even know what time zone world-class bullshitters is in. I guess it's in Eastern. It must be, because if it was in California, then he wouldn't be on yet. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. A bit of a snafu, a bit of a communications foobar. Well, fuck-a-doodle-doo. Welcome to Doomcock. Doomcock is here. Just jump right in the middle of the stream, wading in. So, I don't know what we're talking about. Doomcock's been very busy lately. Doomcock is, what's Doomcock been doing today? Well, Doomcock's been hating Kathleen Kennedy. He's been hating Ryan Johnson. He's been hating Alex Kurtzman. He's been hating Mikey Spock. He's been hating Les Moonves. Pretty much standard operating procedure.
Every time I see something terrible come out about Star Trek, I think of you and your heart breaking.
Yeah. It makes me so fucking angry. God damn it. But it's easy to stay angry. It's easy to stay being the overlord when so much shit is going down.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here. I'm still laughing at this, the fact that it's like, yeah, 11 o'clock. Oh, okay, cool. And then it's, oh, wait, we're in different time zones. Fuck, I messed up.
I'm sorry. It was a mutual snafu. Damn it.
Like I said, the people have been cool and patiently waiting, so I have no problem whatsoever. Let's see, Aaron Cook. I'm going to catch up on these super chats, and we will start our impromptu discussion. We just wanted to hang out. I know you and I have been trying to have one of these for, like a month or two now?
Oh,
Ever
yeah.
since before you appeared on the High Council?
Yes. And I've been trying to, and you've been trying to, and I just recently, managed to coordinate with Jeremy on Geeks and Gamers just last Thursday, and we had improper Doomcock and all sorts of terrible things arise. Jeremy and I kind of enable each other. It's very bad, very bad.
Yeah, Jeremy's funny as shit. I made a joke on our morning show. Somebody needs to Photoshop Jeremy's head with Richard Simmons' haircut, and I got it back. So I sent it to Jeremy. Jeremy goes, "What the hell is that?" I said, "Well, it's you with Richard Simmons' hair." One of the fans sent it, and he goes, "Damn it."
That is sacrilege.
It was hilarious.
Oh, God damn. I remember the funniest thing with Richard Simmons was he was on David Letterman, and David Letterman always gives him the worst shit in the world on those late night way back when. And Richard Simmons said to him, "Dave, can we talk man to man?" And Dave said, "I don't know. Can we?" That was quite funny.
I just remember Richard Simmons as a kid. My grandma had Sweatin' to the Oldies.
Yeah.
So, and she would put that on, and I'm just like, well, these people are just so weird looking. And I didn't get it. I mean, I was, 3 or 4 years old. I didn't know what was going on in the tape. My grandma would watch it. I don't even remember her doing the exercise. Just remember seeing her watch the tape.
I wonder how many people just bought the tapes and thought they'd get exercise benefit through osmosis or some shit.
If that was the case, that'd be the highest selling VHS in history.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone on the planet would be thin and out $20, and that'd be about it.
That's right. And have the worst hair in the world. Yeah, just to be like global hair contagion. If that was the price of fitness, I think I'd rather be fat.
You know who has similar hair as Wayne Knight? Because I've been watching Third Rock from the Sun, and he loses weight, and he gets the Richard Simmons hair the more and more he loses weight. So
you see, yeah, that might be the trick there. Yeah,
the bad connection.
Yeah.
Our friend Aaron Cook says, You hear the guy that Americanized the script for DBZ got busted? Oh, I did not know he got busted for that, Aaron. I don't really follow too much in the anime manga sphere, so I don't really know anybody outside of a few Dragon Ball Z voice actors like was it Chris Sabat or whatever his name is, and Sean Schimmel. So I did not hear about that, Aaron Cook. Raven Eyes Review says, thanks for my 1/6 leather work on a World Class Bullshitters Facebook page. Oh, for thumbs upping it. Oh yeah, no problem. The Indiana Jones stuff looked great. That looked real. Doomcock knows this about me. We're all like, we care about attention to detail and stuff, and that stuff looked spot on. It looked real. So thanks for sharing it, man. We had a giant, man, these people are throwing this at us. I gotta catch up. Sorry. Dayton Pfeiffer says, it was your Spider-Man Homecoming video that made me subscribe to you guys. Keep up the good work, Jeff and the other bullshitters. Dayton, thank you very much. I'm passionate about Spider-Man. That's why we talk about that. Doomcock, I know you like comics as well as Star Trek, and I don't want to limit you to be like, oh, I got to be the Star Trek guy. No. When we get caught up, you can talk about anything you want. So no topic is taboo.
Ooh. Well, let's talk about 80s porn stars. No, I'm just kidding.
Christy Canyon.
Spider-Man Homecoming. That was kind of pornography. I don't know if you liked it or not. I did not like it. It was a very, very tepid, probably one of the worst Marvel movies I've seen. It just, God damn it. And the kid, there's nothing wrong with the kid. I mean, he's a good Spider-Man and he was good in the Civil War movie, but that was a fucked up movie. What did you think about it?
I agree, man. When I look at the list of all MCU flicks, that's towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think it's a poorly made film, and I like Tom Holland. I don't have like when people say, oh, Tobey Maguire and this and that, and they bitch about him crying. I'm like, look, Spider-Man 3 is bad. It has its fault. But Spider-Man 1 and 2 didn't have those faults. You got to judge movies accurately. I'll give Tom Holland his credit. But what I don't like is how they misuse the character of Spider-Man. There's no power and responsibility. And they don't even have to say the lines. But what they do have to do is actually get the character right. I mean, they got Iron Man right, even though they put him in the Middle East setting instead of Vietnam. Fine, completely fine. Or they updated certain aspects of Captain America. He woke up in the 2000s instead of 1964. I get the updating and stuff like that. I'm completely fine. But they got the character of Spider-Man fundamentally wrong. Like I feel about Spider-Man Homecoming the way Mark Hamill felt about The Last Jedi. They just got the character fundamentally wrong, and I have problems with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really did. And they really, goddamn, they made him so much less than heroic in that. It's like, it's no fun having Tony Stark like a, crabby granddad, hovering over you and, fucking with you and judging your every mistake. And it's like, Jesus Christ, it's his fucking movie. It says Spider-Man on it, right? It's his fucking movie. It's like in Solo, where fucking Han Solo gets his ass handed to him by Khaleesi 3 times in the final scene. 3 fucking times Khaleesi gets the better of Solo in his own fucking movie. God damn it.
I was thinking about Solo today because I'm working on a video. George Lucas originally had an idea for a Han Solo movie. So the character works best when he's introduced in the first Star Wars film, and then he works best when you see him go away in Return of the Jedi. Everything else just doesn't help the character at all.
Yeah.
Most characters, I don't know how you feel about Picard coming back, but I don't know. I don't have an extensive knowledge of the Next Generation or any Star Trek series. Just I've watched a lot of the original. But when those characters, they kind of just go off. They have a natural conclusion. I don't like when they bring something back because they're trying to make money.
Yeah, no, they are. And I'd pose this question to you. How would you feel about Sand People coming back if Ruin Johnson was going to be doing it? I mean, you could name any Star Wars character, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Greedo, for fuck's sake. If it's coming back with Rian Johnson, it's going to be shit. It doesn't matter who the character is. So, the fact that, they're bringing Picard back. And who's going to be writing Picard shit? Oh, Alex Kurtzman. No.
And you're deflated.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, it's just like,
Was that Charlie Brown?
yeah. Round-headed disaster.
Oh, nobody loves him. I was watching. What was it? Oh, I keep talking about damn Third Rock for the Sun, but I watched like 20 episodes in the last couple of days. But they keep talking about the big giant head, and I keep thinking of Ryan Johnson every time because his head is like Ethan Van Sciver said, it's just perfectly round. It's big. He looks like a giant baby.
Yeah,
and he acts
disgusting.
Like one too.
Yeah, I bet he smells like fucking milk. You just know it. Yeah, you just know it. Fucking disgusting, rancid milk piece of shit.
I was gonna say like patchouli and shitty cologne, but I guess I'll go with milk because milk just sounds more disgusting.
Well, and when it gets sour, that approximates, because it gets trapped in his fat folds, the flies are laying things in there, and he doesn't see them for days, and they have a chance to grow. It's a disgusting fuck.
Our friend
I'd sooner lick Gollum than Ryan Johnson,
You're
Ryan...
making me like wretch on my own show, man. I'm like,
yeah. Well, I don't want to let you down, Jeff. I kept you waiting, and I want to be worth the fucking wait. Oh, sorry about that, dude.
Always, like I said, I even told the guys, you can go back and listen to this full thing. I said, hey, he might be at work. Stuff may happen. It's no big deal. Life happens. So I went live so the people wouldn't be waiting. But everything's been fine, so you don't even have to worry about it, man. I was never even mad once about it. So
well, thanks, brother. Next time we'll be on. So you're what, Eastern?
Yep.
Okay.
What's weird is I usually put EST on everything because of the show. I guess the one time I forgot was when it was with you, where it really mattered. I'm like, fuck.
And of course, being a supervillain, I assume everyone is on my time. So.
Oh, wow. We got a giant super chat from John T. Net. Says, thanks to the great Mr. Shitter for his friendship with he who shits on Roundhead, STD-filled corpses, Doomcock. I'm sure Malord will add moisty ninja horses and time-traveling mannequins robots to his army.
All destructive forces are welcome.
I believe John T. Net has a little icon that's a drawing of you.
Yes, John T. Net is a generous patron of mine at patreon.com. He's one of my top legionnaires, and he always donates vast sums to Doomcock. And in my support of my struggle to defend pop culture and preserve our modern mythologies against the onslaught of this SJW shit. So he's a great guy.
Now, speaking of the moisty ninja horses and time-traveling mannequin robots, we'll talk right now because my friend Dion, who's on World Class Bullshitters, is deathly afraid of horses and mannequins. So if when you take over Michigan, if you could just infest his part of the world with just giant mannequin horse things to attack him, he'll give up. He won't even fight you. He'll just be like, I quit. He'll roll up into a corner and die and cry, and that's it. He's done.
Well, is he a dick?
No, he's a great guy. He's just afraid of horses and mannequins.
Well, I'm not really looking to terrorize non-dicks, but okay, sure. You're a friend. I'll just say, Jeff sends his regards. Like, in the mob, it's like, Jeffrey sends his regards.
He'll love you for that. He'll probably check this stream out, and he'll just go, God damn it, Jeff. And he'll text me like, dude, I heard what you said about the robot mannequin horse army. Fuck you. I'm like, yeah, that's why we're best friends.
It's coming now. It's coming.
You see what you did, Dion? Your family is going to be terrorized by robot mannequins.
Yeah, real dickish ones too, with big strap-ons and flaming eyes and, dude, roundhead Johnson masks.
One of our listeners is bringing a dildo to Dion at our convention next week.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
We made a joke. He's like, yeah, I ordered one. I'm like, oh God. So Dion's going to have to deal with a purple dildo.
Oh man. Shit. One of those Mac Daddy purple ones from the 70s. Walk it down, teacher, walk it down. Yeah. That'd be bad.
I remember we went to a strip club in college, and they had this one called the American Challenge. It was the size of your forearm. I just want to get Dion one of those. Like, do something with it.
Oh man,
I know, right? Friendship with me is scary.
That's right. I guess it's no challenge in Turkestan. That's why it's an American challenge. In Turkestan, he's just a standard operating procedure. Oh, that's just normal.
The loose anus.
I think we've just declared war on Turkestan. Oh, well.
Hey, we got you and your army of moisty ninja horses and time-traveling mannequin robots. I think we're okay.
Ninja horses, huh?
Yeah.
Are they like silent but deadly? They don't whinny. They just throw stars.
They just bite you to death, but you don't see it coming. Well, that's the funny thing about Dion. We were in New Orleans, and he would cross the street when he would see a horse. He just would be like, nope. And you just get away from it as quick as possible.
Damn.
I know, man. Like, I don't like the idea of being eaten by a shark, but other than that, I'm not really like, oh my God, an animal. I got to run.
Well, I don't know. Maybe in a past life he got trampled by a horse, or, he was a stripper in Tijuana. And so ...
Ooh.
you know, I don't want to go into the details for poor Dion.
Yeah.
Went by the name Dijon back then,
We call him Dijon. My grandma mistakenly calls him Dijon because I guess she's never heard the name Dion before. I'm like, all right, Grandma, well, there's a lot of famous Dions.
That's right.
In
Tijuana, he was known as Dijon. He was a spicy mustard. He was spread out on your bread.
I wish he was here to hear this right now.
I've been watching The Deuce. So, hey, I've been practicing my pimp, Pimp Doomcock.
Is that the James Franco show?
Yeah, on HBO.
I want to watch that, but I don't have cable. But I guess it comes to streaming eventually, like Amazon, right? Don't they get some HBO shows?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Check that out. Our friend Basil says, Doom Thingy is here. The Viagra finally kicked in too. Too bad I got to go to bed.
What? What the fuck? What does that even mean? I'm feeling uncomfortable.
I guess he's just ready to go hang out with his wife or his lady.
Okay. All right. I was like, Doom Thingy, taking Viagra because Doomcock's I don't know.
Are you responsible for? You're probably responsible for some of the births that'll happen in a few months after people listen to this channel. Just putting it out there. It's like, oh my God, I heard Doomcock on August 19th, and then you were born 9 months later.
Jesus.
They named their kids Harvey.
Yeah.
Call him Harvey. Yeah.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Just sorry that Doomcock was late. I neglected to tell him. I knew that it was Eastern time, but I just wanted to watch him flounder.
Fuck you, Harvey.
JSP says Doomcock sounds like Robert Ridgely. Awesome.
Who's Robert Ridgely?
I don't know. Let's look. Let's look this up together because I like to learn.
Robert Ridgely. I didn't know this fellow. Who is this Robert Ridgely?
Okay, Robert Ridgely is...
Ridgely have ridges. Ruffles. Robert.
He is an actor. He died in 90... Oh, shit! It's the guy from Beverly Hills Cop 2, the mayor. He's also in Philadelphia, Boogie Nights, Robin Hood Men in Tights, the Dirk Diggler story from 1988.
Oh, he was that guy. He was that pervert senator that had a pedophile thing and wound up in jail with that guy slapping him.
I guess so. I just know him from Beverly Hills Cop 2. He's Ted Egan, the mayor of Beverly Hills.
Wow. Well, he's dead, huh?
It's not me. 21 years. Well, maybe he faked his death because he didn't
I don't know. Now they're even suspecting dead people of being Doomcock,
They'll never know. Cardboard Kenny says, Doomcock for God, and is Jeremy still forgiving the pedo gun? No, Cardboard Kenny. Jeremy is not forgiving, because I believe his words were, if any more news comes out about James Gunn, then I will change my tune. And then the pictures came out of him at the party, and Jeremy made a video that said he changed his tune. So if anyone ever unsubscribed from any of our channels for James Gunn comment, it was a misconception. I can speak for the three. I can speak for myself and every guy on this channel, like the podcast. Nobody condones anything he did, and we're all happy he's gone. I mean, it's fucking weird. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah, those party pictures were weird. It was like something out of a Monty Python sketch or something. They had that sketch where, they had these perverts that had a fetish for dressing up like mice, and then they'd go to these undercover parties and squeak and eat cheese. It looked like that. I mean, they looked like they were in weird, creepy outfits in that picture. It's almost like a scene out of a movie or something.
Hollywood's a weird place, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
I call it Holly weird in all my videos, not to be, referencing Jan Silent Bob Strike Back, but it's just a bizarre, lawless land. I mean, you get away with stuff, people die in mysterious, weird ways, just all kinds of crazy shit happens out there.
Yeah.
And, as the channel grows and we get opportunities and stuff, I'm thinking to myself, like, what if we get invited to go to one of these weird parties? Like, what happens? Do they like suck out your brain and make you one of them, like a Stepford wife, but a dude? It's those are scary thoughts. I'm just like, oh God, I don't know if I want to go out west ever.
No, man, they'll suck out your soul long before they suck out your brains. They're just fucking awful desolation, and they're creatively bankrupt. That's why we have nothing but these fucking reboots after sequel after desecration. It's fucked up. God damn, I'm sick of it. They're doing that Magnum PI even. They're doing Alf. Jesus Christ.
I mean, how can you make Alf SJW friendly? He's from Melmac and he eats cats. That's about what you kind of have to stick with. Now, if Alf becomes a woman, I'm gonna be like, what?
I think they're gonna make Alf a cat. See what they're doing? Yeah. Because he was oppressing cats before. Now he's going to be a cat. That's their mentality. Well, what's he gonna eat? I don't know. Fine. Cereal.
Yeah, Alf cereal. Was there Alf cereal back in the day?
Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't trust any of that shit. I think they just put a picture of Alf on a box of fucking Captain Crunch or some shit. They don't make a new cereal. They just change the artwork, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, they had Alf cereal. It was, hey, toffee and vanilla choco baked too.
Really?
Yeah, they're little Alf heads. They're ugly as shit. I always wanted to try the Mr. T cereal from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, yeah. Well,
now that looks like it's just Captain Crunch in a new box.
Yeah, I think they did. I mean, they're not going to, shit. That stuff never lasts. What are they thinking? I don't know.
Hey, you know what? You got to strike while the iron's hot. So,
yeah.
Sometimes you get a good cereal or you get a good product. Like, remember Ecto Cooler? That lasted way longer than the Ghostbusters hype.
Yeah.
And then they brought it back for the shitty one, and we don't talk about that. But still, that's a piece of marketing, like for food tie-ins, that lasted way longer than the actual, hype of the franchise, which is cool when when you make a good product like Ecto Cooler or something unique and original, they'll keep it around.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's cool. It's rare though. It's rare when they ever have a product tie-in that's worth a shit. It's the same thing with making a video game movie. Mostly they're just horrible because they don't have any inspiration behind the movie. They're just trying to cash in.
I know everyone was saying, "Oh, Tomb Raider's going to change that. We're going to have a great." I'm like, no, Tomb Raider. All of the Tomb Raider movies sucked.
Yeah,
even the one back in the day with Angelina Jolie when she looked incredible. Just nope, bad movie.
Yeah, yeah, and they want to do Indiana Jones, right? They want to actually do a female Raiders of the Lost Ark. Spielberg was saying, if we did a sequel, it'd probably be Indiana Jones, and that would be perfectly fine. Remember that?
I saw that. I honestly think he has no interest in doing another Indiana Jones flick.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look. Maybe I'm putting too much faith into Steven Spielberg, but I look at him like this: he's the most powerful director of all time. Well, he's the most powerful director living. He can do whatever he wants in terms of film. He's got the connections and the money to do whatever. He could fund his own movies until he retires and still die, multi-millionaire. I don't think he wants to deal with some of the Disney politics shit, and I don't think he really wants to be pressured into trying to get into this Hollywood identity stuff. And Harrison Ford doesn't care anymore. And so if those two guys don't care, it's never going to happen. I think that's just a way of saying, oh, we'll never get Indiana Jones 5. And we don't need it. There should have never been part 4.
Oh, God, no. Yeah, I didn't see part 4. I heard enough about Old Mutt and the, Nuke the Fridge and the fucking monkeys. And I just said, yeah, I can pass. And I'm better for it.
I wish I could trade places with you because I know everyone knows how I feel about The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, but Indiana Jones 4 hit me in a different way because I grew up with the Star Wars prequels. So, I was only into Star Wars for a couple years before the prequels came out. So there's always been like iffy Star Wars flicks. But for most of my life, there were always 3 great Indiana Jones films. And I'm like, man, I can't decide which one I like more. They're all great. I could watch them all 3 on a Sunday and have fun and love them. Then that 4th one came out and tanked the quality of the series.
Yeah.
And it hurt so bad because it was the first time where I was like so hyped for something. and it instantly deflated me. For the 2008, people say it was a great year for movies. We had The Dark Knight and Iron Man and this and that, and I'm going, yeah, those were great films. But Jeff's sitting there going, "What happened to Indiana Jones, man? What the hell?" And that was
yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. It was terrible. I couldn't stomach it. Just like I saw, Batman and Robin was a train wreck coming, and I skipped that as well. So
I saw that in theaters as a kid because I was 8? No. Yeah, I was 8, and I was like, "Mom, I love Batman Forever. Can we please see Batman and Robin?" I kept asking her. So she took me, and then I didn't watch it again for like a decade. It sucked back then, and it's still stupid to this day. I mean, the Mr. Freeze puns are fun, but that's about it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, it was terrible. When he clicks his heels together and bat skates come out.
Yeah.
God.
God. No. For as dumb as BVS was and Justice League I'll still take Batman and Robin over Suicide Squad. I hate Suicide Squad. I don't know how you feel about it.
I didn't see it.
Don't, man. Don't. I'm
No.
going to make you a list of movies, and if you haven't seen them, please take my advice and never watch them. Not even out of curiosity.
Yeah. My guys at my Patreon site, though, they like to bully me into watching horrible things. Because what I do is I do like a DVD commentary, and I'll just do live commentary while I'm watching the film. I've done that on episodes of Star Trek Discovery, and they made me do Ghostbusters. I had never seen the 2016 Ghostbusters, and they all voted, and so I goddamn well watched the fucking Ghostbusters. It was horrible, fucking awful. Not one laugh in the whole thing, not even one.
No, the beginning is. Look, we watched it for our Patreon too, like last summer, because we were trying to. We launched Patreon, and we got Kenda, who's now on the show, was our first patron. This guy named Justin, he's still a patron. They were there since day one, and it took us a while to get some traction. But the two things we did to get a ton of people to join were we did the Force Awakens drunk commentary and Ghostbusters. We did those in one night, dude. I got blackout drunk to watch Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh man, to watch both of those in one night. Oh,
I yelled. I'm a very happy drunk. Like if we ever meet and have some beer, you'll be like, "Man, Jeff drinks more beer and he gets happier and happier," because I'm a happy guy. Yeah. But I got angry and pissed off, and I was throwing empty beer cans and screaming. If you're a patron, go back and listen to it.
Oh man, that'd be priceless. Yeah, I drink too, and I have to get through some of these fucking things. I also watch some good ones like Blade Runner and Star Trek 5, but yeah.
Is Star Trek 5 The Voyage Home? No, I like 4. Is that the one with where they go to 1986 is number 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that and the Wrath of Khan. I think those are my 2 favorite ones.
Yeah. Well, you've got good taste. Those are absolutely my 2 favorite ones as well.
See, now I've been going back not every Saturday. I'll go back and I'll watch an episode of The Twilight Zone, Star Trek the Animated Series, and then an episode of Star Trek itself, just to kill time on a Saturday. And I want to get back into that. But the one I recently watched from the cartoon, you've seen the animated series, right?
Yeah.
The one where the creature took over the guy had died, and he came. This alien creature could shapeshift, and he came back and took the form of this woman's former lover, and she fell in love with the alien. It was really bizarre, but it was really fun to watch because it was so out there.
Yeah, it's a pretty weird one.
I like when you get the actors though to voice the original characters. It always was weird for me to watch. I don't know, if you watch the Ghostbusters cartoon, it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
But Star Trek,
I guess they couldn't afford them, and the Star Trek guys were pretty much down on their heels after Star Trek between the cancellation, and they went on to other things, and it was an easy money for them, so they were all available. But yeah, you're not going to get Bill Murray and you
almost had Ernie Hudson, but they replaced him with Arsenio Hall because they thought he would do a better job.
Shit. Well, that was a tragic error, wasn't it?
Well, they both had great careers, so I don't think either of them were man, if I only could have voiced the Ghostbusters cartoon, or if Arsenio's oh man, if I would have been in the Ghostbusters movie. I think they both turned out all right.
Yeah, they did. Ernie Hudson went on to do a bunch of shit. He was on Oz, wasn't he?
I met him once.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Friendly guy. I'll tell you who's the friendliest celebrity I met was the bad guy from Ghostbusters, Walter Peck. nicest dude.
Shit.
Because here's the thing: when you go to these conventions, you have to pay to get an autograph, and I get it. These celebrities come out; they want to make money. Fine, I'm not knocking their hustle, if you will. But I had spent my money to meet like Dante from Clerks and bought food and other shit. So we're talking to a Ghostbusters. Like each city has like a Ghostbusters Legion where the people dress up in the costumes and like go do charity work.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, the girls were selling these calendars where they were like almost naked with like proton packs. So my cousin and I are like thinking about buying one. I keep looking over. I'm like, oh my god, there he is, because I love Die Hard. So I'm like, it's Dick Thornburg, and he comes over and he comes out from his table, and this is towards the end of the night. And he shakes my hand. He's like, hi. My name's Bill and all this stuff. And he just starts talking. I'm like, man, don't take this the wrong way, but you play a great asshole. And that's what I said to him. And he laughed. And we talked for like, honestly, it felt like we talked for like half an hour. And he was just the nicest guy. So whenever I watch those movies, I think to myself, what a nice dude.
Holy shit. I would have never guessed.
Yeah. And like next weekend, Judge Reinhold's going to be at this convention. And I'm going to take some Beverly Hills Cop stuff to get signed because I fucking love that movie. Beyond reason.
It's good stuff. Yeah, man, that's cool to know that Peck is not a prick. That's
not
great.
at all. Super nice guy. If you like, I tell people, like, if you listen to this show and you see William Atherton at a convention, you tell him that this YouTube channel said what a nice dude he was, and that you're going there because of his kindness, and he'll just be like, I don't know who they are, but I'm thankful that they said that about me.
Yeah, that's totally fucking cool.
Our friend Idia Hugima sent in a really big super chat. Thank you. He says, the price of fitness is high. Pie is cheaper. Praise pie. Now, are you up on Ethan Van Sciver's love of pie?
No, I did not know that.
So on the High Council, the fans love to troll Ethan and Jeremy. So they'll troll Jeremy with spelling Mario Kart incorrectly, and they'll troll Ethan with his love of pies. And we're actually going to have a pie party at Star Wars Celebration now because of Ethan's love in quotation marks of pie. It's hilarious. One of our listeners, his name is Curtis, he sent a picture he drew of Ethan fighting a pie with teeth. And Ethan had panties on and elbow pads and tube socks and flip flops.
Shit. Well, I don't know. I heard. I mean, I never see Ethan on video, but he keeps talking about himself like he's rather overweight. Is this the case?
He's lost a bunch of weight. That's the thing, because you can see pictures of him from like early 2000s, and then you can look at pictures of him more recently, and he's slimming down. So. We're going to all be buff and studly for Star Wars Celebration.
But he must be laying off the pie then.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's eating like a protein-rich pie, like a meat pie
diet
from the UK.
Pie?
There's no such thing as diet pie.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm skeptical. What is it? Soy pie or something? Surely not.
He could not ingest an ounce of soy. No.
Exactly.
It's against that man's morals.
That's right. It's like garlic for vampires.
Soy for Ethan.
That's right.
Our friend the DJ D show says, "Hail Doomcock and Jeff Yeti PG 101."
Hail DJ D show. He's another one of my subscribers.
That dude's awesome. We had him on a commentary last week. At this time, we were watching The Thing, and he was talking about how he's a big fan of yours. So your show inspires a lot more people than you realize, man.
Man, yeah, I'm really grateful. It's got some of the greatest people in the world coming over here, and I just can't believe I get to meet them and talk to them and enjoy their comments. I mean, it's incredible.
I'm with you, man. We all have great fans, and it's so much fun. That's the part that blows me away. It's like while waiting for you, I was just bullshitting with those guys and the ladies. We have a few female listeners on this channel. I see the analytics. I know there's honestly like 3%, but my point is they're just good people. It's like, hey, I want to talk about entertainment. 500 people have shown up right away to talk about entertainment.
Yeah, man, it's incredible. And I don't know how it works. I mean, when I go live though, I get like a lot of people, and I never thought that would happen. I don't really know how it works. Like, do they get notifications? I never get any notifications. I don't understand it.
YouTube's been messing with at least this channel because people are like, I didn't know that you put out new videos, or I didn't know, I thought I was unsubscribed or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't alert them. So it's kind of wonky right now. Usually people tell me there's notifications But I go live at the same time every morning, so people can depend on 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. Jeff's here with Good Morning Pop Culture, so even if they don't get a notification Tuesday through Friday, I'll be here. So that's kind of why I always try to stick with the same times, just in case YouTube messes with us. They can't take away, people's ability to tell time.
Yeah. There's also been like problems with people getting unsubscribed without knowing it and all sorts of shit like that. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. We had a big drop in subscribers, like an unnatural one, and then we had a huge boost, but still, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with them. I mean, at least we're not having like terrible, like thousands of unsubscribes, but still, it's been a weird month. Like August has been, I think we've put out great shows, like fun content, but like the behind the scenes stuff's just been kind of weird.
Yeah. I don't know
let's see. Anthony Mata says we must conquer Hollywood with common sense and good entertainment, and make love to cosplaying Leia's. You agree with that, Doomcock? Make love to cosplaying Leia's.
Cosplaying Liz. Is she hot?
No, Leia's like Princess Leia, like girls dressed as Princess Leia.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Definitely dead but not
Thunder
forgotten.
Robots. No, and it pisses me off because of how they're trying to milk her memory. Like,
I know.
In this next video I'm working on, I'm talking about the nostalgia tax and how this is it. Lando is not a big enough draw. Luke is dead. They ruined him. So they're trying to get you Luke, Lando, and Leia one last time. And this is pretty much it. I think this will be the last Star Wars movie for quite some time. They can tell us there's a million anthology films and all these people, and God himself's writing a Star Wars flick. Well, it ain't coming out because of the mistakes they've made recently.
Oh God, yeah. And I think it's disgusting, frankly, that they're going to just repurpose old footage of Carrie Fisher just to try to engineer a goddamn square up reel for all the fans that are disappointed. It's just fucked up. So we're gonna have like Force Ghost Luke, who's dead, and then we're gonna have Carrie Fisher Leia, who really is dead but not in the movie. And then what are they gonna do? Have like Han Solo's corpse with a big hole in the chest gives the thumbs up or something, all in the same shot, so that hey, see, you happy now? You happy now with these crumbs? I don't think so.
I would love if a holy Han Solo comes back.
That's just a big hole.
Star Wars flick.
Yeah. I just think no matter what they do, I don't think there's any way I could be on board with it. I'm not going to be satisfied. I mean, at this point, it's going to be pandering. It's going to be, retconning. They're just going to like dance around and do their very best to make believe like The Last Jedi didn't happen, but it did, and I don't know how to get that shit out of my head.
They don't deserve our goodwill anymore.
No.
I was looking at somebody just sent me a meme of Ryan Johnson says, "Hey Bob, when can I start the new trilogy?" Never. You're fired to take Kathleen with you. And it's a picture of people at Star Wars Celebration. Imagine if they had the balls to do that at Star Wars Celebration. Like, hey, we fired Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, the whole crowd will erupt.
Yeah. God damn, that would be great, wouldn't it?
It'll be 5 days of goodwill. It'll be like Christmas in April. Everyone's just like, yes, we did it. Sounds like great. And then you're gonna have the online pundits and the bloggers. You caused the woman to lose her job. You're intimidated by women in power. It's like, no, we're tired of bad people with powerful jobs that can dictate our entertainment. It ain't a male female thing. Any dude doing this, get him right the fuck out too.
Yeah,
Ryan Johnson can go with her.
Yeah, I'm not interested in them using her as a shield, for fuck's sake. I mean, that's the same shit with Ghostbusters, right? Oh, you can't criticize it and not think it's funny, or you're a sexist, right?
I remember that. I got into an argument with a dude, I shit you not, on Facebook maybe a week ago. And we were talking about some gender swapping or so. Oh, the Indiana Jones thing popped up. And people were like, no. And then this guy goes on and rant about Ghostbusters 2016. He's like, I'll bet money that everyone that bitches about that movie's never even seen it, blah, blah, blah. I said, I have proof. You want to pay me? He goes, you don't have proof. You're just lying, blah, blah. I said, let me link you to my Patreon where you can see I watched it last calendar year. You want to put your money where your mouth is. And then he said one more thing. I'm like, all right, well, you're just a liar then. And he wrote me this whole long spiel about it. I'm like, why are we getting these kind of arguments over Ghostbusters? I can say the movie sucks. You said it was unfunny. You didn't say anything negative about women. You just went, it wasn't funny. And there we are. That was your critique of the film. But people want to read into it more to defend garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was the studio's idea, wasn't it? I mean, that's why they financed the whole thing. They wanted everybody to be kind of on board and be swept up in the SJW wave and just be afraid to say the Empress has no fucking clothes and can't tell a joke to save her life.
No, Amy Pascal's just as bad as Kathleen Kennedy. Except Kathleen Kennedy has, power over a specific brand with a ton of fan loyalty. Amy Pascal was, I think she got demoted or something like that at Sony. So I don't know exactly her thing, but she was a big deal, in 2016 when Midnight's Edge. Oh, dude, those videos they put out about the Sony email leak, that was the best thing they ever did. I love those videos. I couldn't get enough of their coverage of that because they just dissected everything and broke that down.
Yeah, man, they really did. And Amy Pascal, I mean, she had a wider remit. She had control over more things, but it's very spectacularly focused. Kathleen Kennedy is. And so all of her mistakes are just so glaring, there's just no way around it.
Plus people are really obsessive over Star Wars, more so than any other property ever.
Yeah.
You picked, I mean, I'm not trying to speak for everyone, but I'll say it like this anyway. You picked the wrong franchise to mess with this SJW crap, because Star Wars is the one that like people will go down for. And just don't do it. Don't pick Star Wars, man. You could try your other properties. They always fail when you go for the biggest one. It didn't work.
Yeah, it's also true with Star Trek. I mean, Star Trek has a huge, fandom and, 50 years of lore. So boy, when they fuck with that, they fuck with the fucking Pope, they're sodomizing children in the church. I mean, the equivalent, basically. It's just a goddamn shit show. And they're doing it to everything, man. I mean, Star Trek, Star Wars, they did it with Ghostbusters. They're doing it with Thundercats, Doctor fucking Who, for God's sakes. Oh my God. It's just
if they pull that shit up with James Bond, I'll go nuclear. Like, if you guys think my Star Wars content's entertaining, wait till I rip apart the producers over at James Bond for trying to change him up. Like, just leave the traditional heroes alone and make new heroes. No one impedes on your ability to do that.
Yeah.
Barbara Broccoli.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Thunder Robot says, what if Rey is the last surviving child from the temple attack and is older than she thinks she is and has PTSD that has blocked her memory? What do you think of that, Doomcock? If Rey was the last surviving child from the temple attack?
I still say fuck her. I can't stand her.
I don't like her either.
I don't give a shit about her childhood abuse. Go fuck yourself, Rey.
Well, Thunder Robots, I could see J.J. Abrams trying to come up with an excuse like that to make her overpowered, but you don't have the proper build. You can't have like this spectacular launch with The Force Awakens, even though I hated it. It was a hit and people liked it and were duped. And then the Challenger blew up with The Last Jedi. You can't reassemble the pieces before it hits the ground and then take back off up into space. You can't do that, and J.J. Abrams can't pull some bullshit like that. He'll try.
Yeah.
He will fail.
Oh, he will. And I'm really glad, Jeff, to hear that you hated Force Awakens as well, because I can't stand that fucking movie. I knew instantly that this is what this is. This is just a fucking remake, and a bad one that misses the charm of the original. And it's just Jar Jar Abrams pissing on the original trilogy. It's just disgusting. And I hate BB-8 with a passion that it's like hard on passion. I get a hard on when I see BB-8 because I want to smash it so bad. It just makes me want to attack it.
I'm hoping we get an R2-D2 moment. Remember how R2-D2 was destroyed at the end of the first Star Wars movie, and then they put him in a new body at the end for the ceremony? I'm hoping that BB-8 gets shot, and they're like, well, we're out of shells. So they just don't rebuild. BB-8 just blows up, and they're like, oh, shit, he died. Like, I would act.
Yeah.
If the first 20 minutes is just like, oh, my God, Rey died. Oh, my God, Finn died. And they just die for the first 20 minutes, and then they all look at the camera and go, okay, it's time to fix this. And then Lando, Luke, Han, and Leia, then they CGI or with puppets or some shit. They tell some story, and then the movie's like, and we're done with Star Wars, folks. And then a curtain drops, and that's it. That's
Might
how
as
you fix
well.
Star Wars. Fuck it.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, it's dead. The fucking thing, the trilogy is dead. All right. This sequel trilogy is fucking toast. This is not a goddamn thing they can do to fix it. The only way that there's any Star Wars in the future that might rally is getting rid of Kennedy and all of her little, toy soldiers, and actually waiting a few years and then having some, old Republic movie or something completely aside from this shit. Maybe the Obi-Wan movie might be okay, but not with Kennedy. It's the same thing of like, bringing Picard back under Kurtzman and goddamn Akiva Goldsman. I mean, that doesn't help shit.
How does that guy have a job? Didn't Akiva Goldsman work on Batman and Robin, if I'm remembering correctly?
He is fucking horrible. I keep saying he's like the Stalin of cinema. He just like every project he touches is corrupted and dies. Kurtzman is one of the worst fucking movies in the history of film. God
But
damn,
somehow these people keep getting work.
They know each other. They're cousins or they're related. Or they're in, Pizzagate scandals or shit together. I don't know what the fuck goes on in Hollywood with their weird parties that we saw James Gunn with those photos. Well, maybe Akiva Goldsman was, below the horizon line there doing something to James Gunn. Who the hell knows? I don't know.
He's doing something to keep working because the stuff they keep getting onto the properties that people are most passionate about. And someone in power, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. They must think that these guys have worked on Batman and this and that, so they're qualified. It's like, no, they worked on the bad Batman. They worked on the shitty Star Trek. They worked on this. They worked on that. It's like, that doesn't, just because you have that on your resume doesn't make it good. You need a film nerd almost at the top to be like, yeah, you worked on this and this sucked. And it didn't make a lot of money either. So no.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like he just keeps getting hired and getting hired. And that is the bad robot phenomenon. Jeff, man, Bad Robot is absolutely the ground zero of, I think, every bad thing that's happening to our franchises right now. He fucks Star Wars, he fucks Star Trek. They're like a cancer, and they're just spreading throughout every property.
Yeah, and it's, how did that guy get so much power? He's never made anything that I found truly groundbreaking. Like,
No, he just makes shit like his Alias show, that everybody loved for the first 2 seasons, and then it just died. It just like petered out and had a shitty ending because of his mystery box shit. It's always either Jar Jar Abrams' mystery boxes are always either A, empty, or B, containing a single piece of shit. And so you're lucky if you open it and it's empty. That's basically it. That's you've won the Jar Jar Abrams lottery when you've got an empty box. It's when you've got something rattling around inside where he bothered to, hey, here's your ending. It's bad.
That's where we're going to be next year at this time. Well, not this time, but next year, 2019. He's tasked with closing out Star Wars.
Yeah.
Probably permanently.
Yeah. He'll plant it in the ground. He's going to take a dirt nap. That's what it's going to be.
You're going to take a dump on it, dude. Just be honest.
Yeah. It's going to be a complete fertilizer disaster.
Salvador, I got a couple of these to catch up on. Salvador says, the final day at my local Toys R Us still had Rey and Jyn Erso toys. They were marked to plus 70% off, and they still were the only Star Wars toys left.
Yeah.
I know.
Man, I like your videos about the toys not selling. You do a good job with that.
That's my little corner of the market. Like, that's the one thing I know. Other people have tried to make toy videos, but I just don't think they, like, you know your Star Trek, you know your history. For me, I know the distribution of these toys. I know what comes out, when it comes out. So, like, for me, it's just a natural topic to discuss because I like collectibles. Yeah. So I know how to, like, I'm pretty good at telling you, like, oh, this figure is going to be the one that people want. If you can buy it online and not look for it in the store, do it that way. Like, for example, the Deadpool wave came out. Cable was the big figure to get. I said, if you get Cable early, because he's in the movie and people are going to see the movie and see this is a Cable figure and they'll buy it. So if you want Cable as a collector, you get him, you'll be able to find all the other figures forever. So that's where, like, my knowledge of these toy videos come from. And then, honestly, I didn't plan on making it. I was out in the store and I thought, I got an idea. And then I just pulled out my phone and went to work, and now we're here.
Yeah, man, it works great. I mean, it's
I wish there was still a Toys R Us to film, but there's
yeah,
not.
yeah, goddamn. That's the horrible thing about the convenience of modern life, and all these instant on-demand orders that you can do, just killing that brick and mortar, stores that are kind of from our past. And I used to like to just go and wander, and just see what the hell I'm going to find.
Yeah,
miss that.
I was guilty of that today because I took my grandma to lunch, and she's like 94, and she was just talking about heaven, just randomly. She wasn't like, it's not like she's sick or anything weird, but she was talking about heaven. Where do you think you go? Blah, 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 blah. And then she said, I'd like to get a book on that, just in passing. So I said, well, Grandma, let me look up a book for you. So I pulled out my phone while we were waiting for the food, and I went on Amazon, and I bought her 3 books about heaven and had them shipped to her house in like 2 minutes. So you talked about the convenience factor. I do love brick and mortar, and I do go out of the way to buy stuff in stores when I walk in. But at the same time, that convenience, man, like instant gratification.
Oh, yeah, I know. I can't resist it. I mean, no, who can? But I do miss it, That's why I generally tend to haunt, places like half-price books, or, thrift stores, or, antique stores, because you never know what the hell you're going to find. And
I love the half-price bookstore for that.
Yeah.
Well, you brought up that store. Like, I picked up an old Luke Skywalker figure, not old, but 1995, so old by definition, technically, because it was there and it was like $5. Just the little things that you can find that you won't find like at Walmart or Target or Best Buy really add to the appeal of those stores. And from what I can see, at least in our area in Cincinnati, we have maybe 5 or 6 half-price bookstores, and one just opened up within the last 6 months. So it seems like a pretty strong company, at least locally, where people are always in there, always buying. It's cool to promote reading, and just you learn about shit, and that way you have more knowledge and can do more things in your life.
Right. And I mean, a lot of these streaming services online, I mean, they're just getting modern movies and movies from the last 10 years or something, but you want to learn some great movies from the past, maybe from the 70s or 80s. DVDs are a great way to go. I mean, you can look in the bargain DVDs, and for $1, $3, Jesus Christ, I found some amazing shit. I got the whole Godfather trilogy for $3 that way. Yeah. Yeah. All the Raiders, same thing, $3.
I'm all about that, man. Now, with the streaming services, for a while, Hulu had the Criterion Collection, or at least like a curated list of Criterion Collection films. Yeah. And I thought that was something unique and cool. But the problem with streaming services, they're eventually going to be broken off into like the Paramount streaming service, the Warner Brothers, the Disney. It's like, what's the point? It's like $800 a month for all the streaming services that I'll never watch. So,
yeah, it's a shame. That's why I try to buy up any classic DVDs I find on the cheap. I've been kind of on a binge of that for the last few months, and because you never know. I mean, you may never find them again.
That's how I operate. I'll buy physical media still, because I don't like some unknown entity saying, well, your time watching this is over, so it's now going away to the vault.
Yeah. Exactly. And who's the fuck to say that some SJWs aren't going to get a hold of this shit and edit them?
True.
Now, that would be, I mean, change our history literally of, oh, well, you know what? This scene is no longer acceptable. And at our company, we're not going to present that material.
That's the scariest possibility. Like, we've learned that Disney streaming service won't have R-rated flicks, and that they're really just taking the Fox library to try to mine the family-friendly stuff from it. I don't like the possibility of, next time you watch Predator, they don't go to that village and kill the indigenous people. Or the next time you go to watch Die Hard, they don't do cocaine or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, just little things like that I don't approve of. The films are a reflection of the time they came out in. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's bad. But you stick with it.
Yeah, I mean, they walked the line on that E.T. special edition, right? Where Spielberg actually had that last scene where the government agents were holding guns, and E.T., took to the air with the kids on the bicycles. And Spielberg went back and re-edited that and did CGI, so they were holding walkie-talkies instead of guns. Now, fortunately, he also allowed the old edition to exist. But even the idea that he would do that, I mean, look at what Lucas did with Han Solo and Greedo, for fuck's sake. Yeah, God, this is so easy to see that this could happen.
And the thing is, a lot of people don't want to be considered or guilty of wrongthink today, so they'll applaud this idea when, you know, people on the internet will applaud it, and then these companies will think, well, this is widely regarded as a success. What else can we do? Like the James Bond flicks. I guarantee you that would be the target. If they go back and this revisionist history bullshit is approved, they'll cut out all James Bond was sexist in this scene. They'll just basically just wipe out Sean Connery from existence then. Like that's what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah,
to make
pretty
it
much
acceptable by today's standards. It's bullshit. That is some what is that? What's the movie Steven Spielberg made from the Philip K. Dick book, Minority Report level shit. It's like, you know,
right.
Oh, you're arrested for a crime before you do it. Oh, we're wiping a film away so you can never see it again in the future. It's just
yeah. And I tell you what, Doomcock never worries about saying the right thing. Doomcock does not fucking give a shit. Doomcock is going to say exactly what the fuck he thinks, and if you don't like it, you can kiss my metal ass. Because I am not playing that fucking game. If I lost every single goddamn subscriber I had, I'm still going to be ranting out in the wilderness, making my goddamn videos, you know, maybe in a loincloth, eating locusts and wild honey, but still, I'll be there.
Your voice is too cool for all your subscribers to leave. Don't ever worry about that.
I hope not. But goddamn it, I'm doing what I do. You know what really makes me sick? I found a few collections of All in the Family at half price, and it made me realize you can't see that anymore. I mean, it's practically extinct. Then nobody is going to stream that. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's an old groundbreaking show.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, goddamn, it was funny. And Archie Bunker says things that would absolutely, you know, make SJWs explode, literally explode, just spontaneously detonate from a distance of, I don't know, 50 yards. If you just like played Archie Bunker's speech, talk about triggers. Trigger, every fucking line has a trigger in it, and you can't see it. It's like it doesn't exist anymore, except if you find rarely a few collections here or there used, and that's it.
I was fortunate to catch All in the Family way back in the early 2000s on TV Land. They used to do these weekend marathons where they would show every episode of a TV show for like 72 hours or something. Sweet. And I would watch. I did All in the Family. I did the Jeffersons, Sanford and Son. I sat through all those shows. But yeah, I like All in the Family. It's funny you bring it up because Kendo, the guy that's on our podcast here, talks about how Archie Bunker, and I always bring up the example of Al Bundy. That show wouldn't even get play today. The way he talks about the ladies in the shoe store, even if it's for comedic effect, right? They're just gonna, you know, oh, it's so offensive and it triggers this and body positivity and all this other crap. I'm like, yo, it was funny. It's comedic. Just let it go. I don't care if it's offensive.
Yeah,
I laugh. That's what the show exists to do. Make you laugh.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, that's interesting. Thinking about Norman Lear. Norman Lear was an unabashed, you know, Hollywood liberal. Okay. So All in the Family, basically you had Archie Bunker, who was a, you know, reactionary, you know, old school bigot. And then you had Mike and Gloria, who are kind of the, you know, young hip liberals and stuff. And the idea was basically to, you know, present both viewpoints and let them fight it out with a skew towards the liberal view. But the difference between these days and then is, God damn it, Archie Bunker was a great character. I mean, they made fun of him, but they also fleshed him out. They gave him a dignity, and they clearly treated all those characters on that show as real characters, and they loved those characters. And that's the difference. You know, you can go ahead and pontificate and you can present issues and stuff, but these guys, they just do straw dogs. They just have straw man arguments. Or if they give any voice at all to the opposing view, generally they just exclude it and they just inject their SJW shit and don't even bother to even pay lip service to the other view. Whereas the All in the Family and those old shows were more like actual debates.
Well, what's nice is that the people out in the real world don't pay attention to, like, I usually use the phrase the fringe minority entertainment stuff. Like, they're not receptive to it. We can look at Ghostbusters and Ocean's 8 and all that stuff, the stuff that the internet thinks is really progressive and empowering and important to the world. Your average consumer, those movies failures. They don't, Ghostbusters Answer the Call is what I'll call it. It's not recognized as a great film. It's not great in the world of comedy or the Ghostbusters lineage. I remember as Toys R Us was going out of business and dying, they had tons of the female Ghostbusters action figures. There wasn't a Bill Murray or a Harold Ramis or any of them around. And then before anyone says, well, those came out earlier, there were multiple different toy lines with the male Ghostbusters in them, from Diamond Select as well as Mattel. Those always sold out. Those were the hard ones to find. The Lady Ghostbusters, they were on clearance before the movie came out. So please, people, don't try to act like people were buying up all this crap from both brand or both versions of the brand. SJW experiments always fail. Like Jeremy from the Quartering says, go woke, go broke. Battlefront 5 right now, historically low pre-orders for that franchise. Well, when you go against what history shows in terms of like the cybernetic female Russian robot lady soldiers, and you get a guy who's worked the company for 10 years talking about, well, fans are just uneducated. Well, you fucked up and you've cost your company millions of dollars. Why do people even allow this anymore, like at the top?
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, man. It may be that there's actually like a conspiracy or some kind of coordinated effort to, by God, alter our values and intrude in a way, like basically to wreck the past. I mean, I think that may be some kind of political agenda. I don't know.
Well, for anyone that tells you that sounds crazy, look at a lot of shit that comes out years down the road. Maybe maybe some weird experiment from the top. Who knows what's going on? But it definitely feels like a concentrated effort over a short period of time to change cultural norms, but not in a good way, because no one really benefits from this shit that they're trying to push. It's not like we're pushing for equality among all races. It's kind of there. I've personally act that way. I don't care what color anybody is. If you're good, you're good. Like the dude that sold me, that helped us switch our phone plans, one of the best guys I've ever had in terms of customer service. He was black, didn't care. He's just a great salesman. But if he was terrible, no matter what color they were, I'd still consider them bad salesmen. So it depends on the people's merit. But they're not pushing for something that benefits minorities or marginalized people or shit like that. It's like, oh my God, we want to make up weird rules that you have to live by and new pronouns and shit. It's like, these aren't real world issues, guys. We're busy with, a job or college or life, not, bitching on Tumblr for 7 hours a day. Oh, I started a hashtag. Good for you. I've started dozens of hashtags. It doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking, man. It's crazy. It's crazy town out there. And, what they don't get is that anytime that you, like it's, it's always acceptable now to shit on, white males. But when you shit on white males, you are not shitting on another group, and that is a division. And the whole thing of it is, if you think that you can just divide and shit on one group, you are furthering the cause of discrimination and you are perpetuating racism. I don't give a fuck what you think you're doing. You are perpetuating racism for another generation. Stop dividing people. Stop saying this group we can go ahead and shit on and this group is sacrosanct, because all it's doing is just paying it forward and giving us more of that shit. And they don't get that.
No, and the pushback will never open their eyes. They'll just think, oh, you're racist. And
right.
They're the racist ones. Now, last night, apparently you were funny because our friend Mary Ashmead says, "My friend Doomcock, you guys were so funny last night." That was
Oh,
what happened last night.
well, I was on Nerdrotics Friday night podcast after work, and it was Gary Beekler's birthday. And so I sang happy birthday to him as Marilyn Monroe. Happy birthday to you. It was weird, but you know, he was laughing. It was strange. It was a weird, fucked up thing. And once you do that, once you sing Marilyn Monroe and you're a dude, all the rules go out the window and weird shit happens. And weird shit happened.
I think of Wayne's World because he did that. Remember when Cassandra was on the phone?
Oh yeah, right. That's right.
Our friend the Rookie Critic says, "Hello, L Lord Doomcock. Jeff, I hope you enjoyed the appreciation vid. I was thinking about making a vid about the fandom menace. What do you guys think?" What do you think, Doomcock? Now, the Rookie Critic is one of our fans who has a YouTube channel. So, folks, if you'd like to support the Rookie Critic, I would appreciate it by just, going over there and subscribing. But the Rookie Critic makes appreciation videos about, our cause to save entertainment or whatever we're doing. So I support it. What about you, Doomcock?
Yeah, I think actually he made it, right? He made like a video about the High Council, and he included me and a couple of other people as kind of like the B team of the High Council.
I laughed at that because I was like, B team. I'm not on the B team. Woo!
Right. Yeah.
Well,
it was nice to be included at all. I thought that was a great honor. Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, I definitely, when I think of like our community of channels, you're right alongside, Ethan and Jeremy. I'm just like, when I list off other people that I think we work with and work well with, I always like, having you around. I liked when you were on here with Cecil and you guys sang, I think it was New York, or no, My Way. I did it My Way.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. Like that was just a really fun moment.
Oh man, yeah. I love that kind of shit. I love to sing. You can't shut Doomcock up if he gets a chance to sing, I really wish I was like a lounge singer. I don't even need to be like in a big audience, just like some sleazy dive, in a piano and, drinking some scotch and sitting on there. And now the end is near, just shit like that, getting modeling and, in a smoky room till 2:00 in the morning. That's my preferred lifestyle.
Hey, dude, with the internet, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Look at what happened.
Then they got copyright shit and all that.
Well, what's that guy that his name is Richard Cheese? He does those lounge singer versions of like popular songs.
Really?
Yeah, you ever heard of him?
No, I've never heard of the guy.
Oh, I think you'd like him. He does like a version of Down with the Sickness as a lounge singer. It's crazy. I'll send you a link after we get off air because this dude's he's in like he's got all kinds of crazy songs. But there's an audience out there, man. If you want to, break out some songs and do it that way, put it over on Patreon.
Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know, but YouTube will that's a copyright strike, right? You do that kind of
I
shit.
think if you don't put it up for monetization, let's say you covered a song, My Way Again. If you put it up without like monetization, I don't think they would hit you at all. Because a lot of times, if I've ever had anything in a video that's like a copyright thing, I don't get a strike. They just tell me that the video can't be monetized due to this like clip or whatever. So I just take off monetization, except that it got hit, and then I've never, had any issues whatsoever.
Maybe do some Doomcock, serenades. Do a little Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, that kind of shit. That'd be cool.
Yeah, do what you love, man. Because when you're doing what you love, people will pick up on that, and you'll get. I guarantee you do stuff like that, you'll get people that don't even know those songs to go back and learn to appreciate them, and you'll create, musical interest for stuff that's way before a lot of your listeners' time.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love that. That'd be awesome.
6 Turning 4 Burning says, if Doomcock is running late, then time better slow the fuck down.
Yeah. Now that's the right attitude. Hail, my friend.
Timothy Riggs says, to be fair, I'm bringing an awesome bottle of tequila as well as a purple strap-on. Timothy, I get it, man. That strap-on is for Dion and Dion's use only. He's the married one. Well, Channel Dad Brian Lape's there too, so I don't know, Lape, your anus, maybe you'll enjoy it.
Poor Dion, he's getting it from both ends. He's getting it, the dildo on one end and horses and mannequins on the others. It's screwed
dude
up.
If you think that's bad, About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I made a joke on a stream. If somebody donates the money, I'll buy Dion a turkey suit and he'll wear it on camera. Well, I think his name was I'm Into Film, donated $50 and says, buy the turkey suit right now. So I bought it. The next day, I made a joke about Mr. Ed on DVD. Oh my God. I can't remember the name of the person. I'm so sorry, but they gave $50 Canadian, and I bought Mr. Ed box set on DVD, which is right here next to me. So Dion's going to get 2 gifts at Horror Hound as well. It's kind of like a thing right now. It's like, hey, we like this guy. Buy him fucked up shit and ruin his life.
Oh man, dude friendship is way different from, chick friendship. Dude friendship, you're going to get dicks drawn on you, on your head. If you fall asleep, you're going to, get, cold water dumped on you while you're, in bed. Shit happens. That's how dudes relate.
Yeah, you know what it's like. I guarantee if you hung out with us, you'd fit right in and be like, boom, there we go. I feel at home with these people. They're assholes.
Oh, yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, I'd feel, not in a strange land. Let's put it that way.
The rookie critic has one for you. It says, Overlord Doomcock, do you have a biggest fear? What would your superhero counterpart be? Jeff, what would your superhero / villain name be? So let's break these down. So I can guess that you have no fear, but Doomcock, what's your biggest fear?
I have no fear, but if I were to imagine a situation that would fill me with horror, I think it would be waking up one morning in bed next to Mikey Spock, and then I find I've got splinters in my dick because, she's made out of wood. She's the most wooden actress in Hollywood, I think.
She was in The
that'd be
Walking
awful.
Dead for like a minute, but I don't watch that show anymore, so...
Yeah, they had to get her out because they couldn't tell the difference between the corpses and her. It was very confusing to the viewers.
That is the most overrated show, and it's run its course. That and The Big Bang Theory needed to be just to be taken out forever. No more of those shows. They're done.
Yeah, they need to take the old Big Bang Theory out behind the barn and put one behind its ears. It's just put it down. And dog won't hunt no more.
Now, who would your superhero counterpart be, Doomcock?
Superhero counterpart. I guess I would say that's tough. Maybe Batman. Batman is grim. He is got the cool voice, got a sense of drama, knows something of science. I don't know if he sings. I don't think he sings, and I don't think he's very funny.
He does sing, actually.
What, Batman does?
If you watch the Justice League cartoon, there's an episode where Batman sings on stage.
What does he sing?
Something you would sing, like a crooner type song.
No shit.
Yeah,
well,
I'm not making it up.
I guess
Batman, because there's I can't remember. Like I think it's Zatanna or somebody, and he has to sing, and he sings a song like a whole. It's a really good episode because Kevin Conroy has a pretty good voice too, and he does it as Batman. So,
man. Yeah, he's
check
awesome.
it out. It should be on YouTube. And then finally, my superhero / villain name would be, I guess I'd be like the Mad Muff or something like that, because you guys always call me Mr. Muff or Mr. Shitter, or they call me Darth Muff now in the mornings. So
Darth Muff in the mornings.
Yeah.
The Darth Muff Morning Zoo.
I should change the name of the show to Darth Muff in the morning.
Yeah.
I bet you if I made a t-shirt, people would wear that.
Yeah, Darth Muff in the morning. I do a Patreon thing called the Dick Doomcock Power Hour. And basically it's like a variety show / 60s, sitcom where, everybody gets like 5-minute slots to do whatever the hell they want. And I do a little, lounge singing and shit. So it's a lot of fun. Dick Doomcock.
Now the name of your Patreon is just what? Patreon.com/Doomcock?
Yes. Patreon.com/Doomcock.
Yeah, don't ever hesitate to promote yourself on this channel. You're always welcome to, man.
Thank you, sir. And I am looking for subscribers. I need more subscribers. So if any of you guys out there are interested in hard-cutting, mean-spirited supervillain reviews of shit, you got to check me out.
Yeah, I mean, I found you I guess a month or two before we had you on, maybe longer. All I know is I've watched your videos well before we had you on the channel, and I've always been entertained because just listen to the way he speaks. Yeah, the theatrical nature is awesome, but the content of the message is so powerful. That's what I appreciate about your videos the most. Yeah, I love the voice, and the mask is so cool. Like, I'm not going to deny any of that stuff, but like the whole package together is just something so unique and different. There's a million other people out there that can sit and review stuff, like an Angry Joe or people out there like that, but there's only one Doomcock, and as time goes on, more people will find you, and more people will be like, man, this guy gets it. And you'll be, you'll have your little Doomcock action figure.
I appreciate that, Jeff. I'm flattered and flabbergasted. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that.
No problem, man. I'm just telling you how I feel. Dave Bob says, Doomcock, Tijuana Donkey Show. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can do a porn with a horse. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Darth Dickhead. Darth Dickhead.
That's one porn Dion will not watch.
At the end, when it looks right at him, it says, I am Darth Dickhead. He'll turn pale and flee.
He'll just pass out.
And then you stick the purple dildo up there,
DJ D Show sent us a tweet of somebody holding a giant dildo. It says silicone purple penis replica with baseball tape wrapped handle. And then he says the Dion bat. Thank you, DJ D Show.
The Mickey Mantle slugger, yeah.
The Dion Green special. I swear he's my best friend. I just talk shit about him constantly.
Poor bastard.
JSP
bastard.
says Ridgely also voiced Filmation's Flash Gordon. So that is that's old, man. We are behind. We're like an hour behind on these things. Thank you for everyone who's being patient. But when you have Doomcock on, you gotta let it just flow naturally. You don't want to, stifle the creativity that's happening in front of you guys.
That's right, man. We're having a good conversation. It's good to hang with you, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, anytime. Like I said, I know we've been trying to get just the one-on-one thing going for quite a while. So I'm very happy that we finally got it. I know you're always busy getting ready to take over the world. It's a process. Yeah. I understand.
Absolutely.
Rookie Critic says, Lord, pick one property that can never be rebooted.
One property that can never be rebooted. Shit. I mean, they commit sacrilege to everything. What would that be? Hogan's Heroes. Ha! You can't do that because it's Nazis. So fuck you. You'll never be able to have comedy Nazis on TV anymore. So fuck you. Try that one on for size, Kurtzman.
I want you to meet him one day.
Oh, I will fucking attack them. It's just, I can't. It'd be like like Billy Graham being in the room with Satan. What the fuck is he gonna do? They're not gonna have tea.
Well, the thing is, you'll eviscerate that dude verbally, and he'll just. The thing is, these people can't really defend their stupid decisions.
Oh God,
they're just like, well, just like if I were to sit down with Ryan Johnson and in a civil manner rip apart his movie, he wouldn't really. I don't think he'd be able to defend himself. He would just be like, "Well, you're a hater." I know he would pull that shit out. And I'd be like, "You just keep it up on the argument, dude. If you go the hater route, you're officially done because you have no more things to say to defend yourself."
I just embrace it. I say, yeah, I hate it because it stinks. I'm a hater. Absolutely. When they call me a gatekeeper, I say, some goddamn gates are worth keeping. Yeah, I'm happy to be a goddamn gatekeeper. That's why I'm standing up here on the battlements and you assholes are trying to tear down my fucking franchise and I'm hurling flaming balls at your ass. I don't apologize for that at all. I embrace it. I just do that judo. I just let them come at me and I go in that direction. I say, I don't give a shit. Now, here's the specifics, right? I'd love to get Kurtzman on stage, like at a convention. Like if I ever got big enough where, they kind of sprung a debate on him and he couldn't get away. I would love to go point by point over Star Trek Discovery and just eviscerate it. Just fucking gut the thing right there. See how he likes that. That'd be fucking awesome.
Do you think Discovery is going to have the same? Okay, well, not going to, but okay. You think Discovery currently has done the same amount of damage in terms of percentage? I'll just use that as a weird way to describe it, but as The Last Jedi has done for Star Wars, or do you think that Star Trek cannot rebound from this?
No, I don't think Star Trek can come back because, Alex Kurtzman was the showrunner on this shit. And after one season of Star Trek Discovery, I mean, they have violated the canon in every conceivable way, just about, except now they're getting to Spock in season 2. I mean, they hadn't gotten to Kirk and Spock yet, but everything else, it's not only getting appropriating events that happen later on in Star Trek and in Star Trek The Next Generation, and they just bring it forward. They say, oh, no, it happened here first. It happened here first. So there's that. But also it's not just the canon, the details of the violation. It's the violation of the spirit of the thing, where this thing is dumb and violent and stupid, where the original show was optimistic, intelligent, philosophical, and fun with good characters. This thing is dark and miserable, and because they think that that's profound. That they think that is what Game of Thrones is all about. They don't get it at all. They don't have a fucking clue what's going on. And in the same way that Roundhead kills Luke by having Luke throw his lightsaber over his shoulder away from him. In just one gesture, you see that Luke is never quite going to be the same again. Imagine that in every episode for 13 episodes. It's nothing but that. It's absolutely nothing but that. In every scene, in every character, it's Luke throwing his lightsaber away. So I don't see it coming back because they've given Kurtzman control over the franchise for the next 5 years.
Ooh.
So it's
that just
fucking
answered
dead,
my
Jim.
question. What's next? Because with Star Wars, I think they'll take a break and then they'll come back. But do you think Star Trek could take a break and come back, or do you think they're just going to be like, the fan base, just let it rest type of thing?
Well, the problem is, man, that there's a lot of stupid fucking people out there. And, used to be that Star Trek attracted optimistic, intelligent sci-fi fans that, really had a lot of love for it. And now the fandom is polluted with a bunch of, subgrade morons. The fucking Drekkies are idiots. You get these fucking people that well, we're fans of Mikey Spock. Oh, look at this Mikey Spock illustration I did on Twitter and shit. And Mikey Spock is my Captain Strong female. Dude, Mikey Spock is the most stupid, idiotic, traitorous, incompetent bitch that has ever served in Starfleet. You are not doing women or minorities a favor by holding her up as a fucking example. She is an idiot. She's a traitor. Have you seen any of that shit, man?
Oh no, I don't have CBS All Access, and I wasn't gonna support this since the beginning. I think Midnight's Edge had covered that pretty well.
Yeah.
Also, and I was like, this isn't the Star Trek for me. I'm an original guy. Like, I'll stick with the old stuff. I don't need new versions. I can just keep watching the old show and have fun and find new things to appreciate.
Well, the bitch in the first episode, she mutinies against her captain. She knocks her out and then starts a war by firing on the Klingons. I'm not shitting you. It's just so, and this is what they're holding up as the best Starfleet officer ever. Jesus Christ. And then they're saying that she's Spock's, human stepsister, which is just fucking tolerable. So anyway, they've got shit like episodes where she comes up with this idea of using sonar to detect Klingon ships that are cloaked in space. Sonar, sound.
And space is a vacuum. There's no
right. Yeah. She has a thing where she says all gravely, like they're talking about her past. And she says that she was her father and Spock's father, Sarek's experiment to see if humans and Vulcans could coexist, right? Like Sarek adopted her. basically, to see if humans and Vulcans could coexist. He's married to a human, and he's got, Spock, who's half Vulcan and half human. So what crap is this? This is just like the caliber of stupidity. It's not just bad Star Trek, man. It's bad for civilization. It's bad for human cognition. It is a disease that's like late stage syphilis of the fucking mind. It's idiotic, dude. And so when Drekkies are polluted, people that are attracted to that, okay, are polluting now the fan base. So that now you can't go to a Star Trek convention or something without, stumbling over some fucking Drekkie. And I use that Drekkie, not Trekkie. It's my parody of Drekkie. So the damage to the fan base is over 5 years is going to be, I think, insurmountable, because all the dummies are going to flock to this thing, and then they're going to want their dumb shit. And there's no point in arguing with them either. Like, sometimes they attack me on Twitter or shit, and I just shut them down. I insult them a few times, and then I block them, because there's no arguing with someone that doesn't see that sonar in space won't work, that doesn't see the stupidity of Sarek's experiment of Mikey Spock to see if Vulcans can coexist with human when he's married to one. Fuck.
Look, I get it, man.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing things on their way out. I mean, I know, our channels, what it is about Star Wars. I'm aware of what we talk about. I'm the one that does the talking. But at the same time, you're always sad to see these institutions, these dynasties die out because of stupid people. Like, I can't think, with the exception of the MCU, and that could go either way next year, I can't think of a franchise or property that's run by fans. Everyone is getting in there to put their own stamp on something that exists already. Yeah. But in many ways, you need a gatekeeper to keep the thing what it was that people love. Like, for example, I know this is an odd one, but I was watching the show called Cake Wars, and there's that guy that runs the Addams Family estate. One guy that keeps it like pure. Now, I know most people don't watch the Addams Family anymore or care about it, but I feel like a bigger scale thing like a Star Trek needs that. When the creators die out, or they step down, hopefully they can appoint someone that's capable to keep the thing alive. Lucas, I don't know why George Lucas picked Kathleen Kennedy. I think he was strong-armed or just kind of wanted to get out quickly, but he even admits making the mistake way back 2015. I sold it to the white slavers type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to get somebody that knows it and cares. I'm not saying you personally, but you could probably run Star Trek completely fine. You have a knowledge of the brand and the history and the franchise, and could find the right people. You could be like a continuity guy, like, oh, that can't happen because this, and this. They just need that. They don't need a team of like douches on the internet. They just need one person that knows their shit and can be, continuity expert.
Can you believe the Lucasfilm Story Group? Can you believe that shit?
We talked about them. The thing is, Pablo Hidalgo at one point was that guy, the right guy to be there. He started, I think, in the late 80s, where he was playing tabletop games and doing stuff and working behind the scenes, and then eventually got a job at Lucasfilm. He adapted to the Kathleen Kennedy work environment and traded his he just ingested a lot of soy, if you will. A lot of these people, I think the women at the top are the ones that don't know their Star Wars, and so they get very adversarial to people who question them, like that Kiri Hart lady. She worked on Crossing Jordan or Chasing A. Oh, no, there's like two shows. There's Crossing Jordan and something else, and they both have a woman's name in it. She worked on one of them.
Yeah. That
doesn't make you qualified for Star Wars. I mean, I wish these people in Hollywood look at it like a job. It's like, well, you want to be a doctor? Well, you have to go to medical school and then, residency, this, that, and the other. You want to work on Star Wars? You want to be at the top of Star Wars? Well, you've had to at least work on some sci-fi or fantasy or something epic in that scale, something with a continuity and crossovers and years of history. But no, they just are like, well, I'm out of college. I'll work for $20 a year, and that's about it. And then they get the thing, and then they cost these companies tons of money. Like, invest early and then keep the shit going forever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just incredible.
It is. It's incredibly depressing too. I mean, like I said, we're having a great time talking. We love talking about entertainment, our favorite things, in all the spectrum of entertainment. But like at the end of it, all of our favorite shit's being attacked at once, and it's not just us that feel this way. Millions of people out there feel this way. I mean, you can look at your numbers and see how many people watch your shows, your videos, your streams, and stuff like that. I can too. There is a demand for, your holy or your favorite franchise being treated with respect. So it's good that we have the community and the engagement and the fun, but at the same time, it is sad to watch like Luke Skywalker go out like a bitch.
God, yeah. Han Solo did too.
I don't want to talk about that one.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll be honest though with you. I knew that was coming the minute they announced that he was coming back. I said he's dying in this movie, and I made peace with it in 2012 or whenever they first announced it. Because I mean, I love Star Wars. I know the behind the scenes stuff, and Harrison Ford wanted to go in Return of the Jedi. I guarantee you that was the pitch. We'll let you die, Han Solo get killed off, and we'll pay you a ton of money. And he goes, I'm sold. I'll do whatever I have to do, and that's it.
Yeah. It's a goddamn shame. It's amazing. I mean, that was how I was with Last Jedi. I knew it was going to stink going into it. So I had absolutely zero emotional impact from it. I was just angry. But yeah, I wasn't hurt. I had no illusions that it was going to be good. I didn't quite understand exactly the depths that they would put Luke through, the milk thing, and just the gratuitous humiliation of that shit. But yeah, I knew it was going to stink.
Well, our friend Son of Sniglet says, I, for one, welcome our new overlord and look forward to toiling in his underground sugar caves for eternity to come. Hail, Doomcock.
Hail. Any of my followers won't be, toiling in the underground sugar caves. You'll be like supervising the goddamn, Hollywood executives and shit that are down there. They're going to dig the sugar.
Cesario Acosta says, Hail, Doomcock, and hello, Jeff, my first super chat here. And I don't know if I'd say bully more like bribe, Harvey to trick you. Let me read that. And I don't know if I'd say bully more like bribe, Harvey to trick you. Well, first off, Cesario Acosta, thank you very much for your first super chat here. I appreciate it. And thank you guys, everyone who's being patient. I know we're behind like an hour, but
yeah, we better go. It's getting late.
Like I said, I got time. You're in a different time zone, so
yeah, I know it.
The Rookie Critic says, waiting for that gritty Gummy Bears reboot. How about the gritty Care Bears reboot where, Rainbow, I don't know their names. One of them's a druggie. He's a burnout. And the other one is, I don't know, contemplating a sex change or something. Like that's the Care Bears movie they make in 2020. Would you go watch that one?
No. I did with Daddy Bear, the hairy Daddy Bear that, sells his ass for, bikers and stuff who are, walking on the other side, wild side. You know what I mean?
Our friend Dustin would watch that. Jigify says, to Harvey Cthulhu, let's say someone could arrange to have the button TM pressed. What might he get in return? Let's open negotiations. Eldritch one.
Whatever he wants. I have very little in the way of cash, but, I will have access to the entire world, and you could have pretty much anything you want. My needs are few. I just want to destroy the universe, so I don't need, if you wanted to own Captain Kirk's chair, you just have to tell me where it is, and, I'll destroy shit around it while you enjoy sitting in it is your last act on Earth. Yeah, you can have it. You can have anything you want, man. Anything.
The Grand Inquisitor says, all hail Lord Doomcock, in cock we thrust, trust. Yeah, that's it. Trust.
There is a phallic element to my appeal. Strong men want to be me. Women want to ride me. That's how it rolls.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yes, I should. Maybe I will.
All of Bubblegum says, one pie to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them, Lord of the Pie.
Butterstick pie.
Makini 90. Evening, gentlemen. Bring Lord Doomcock and Harvey to the High Council soon. We can do that down the road. I mean, this week is a weird week for me because we're going to have some stuff, and then I'm going out of town for a convention, so Maybe when I get back, we can figure out some guests. I'll have to talk to Ethan and Jeremy.
Sure.
But you'll always come back, Doomcock. You're always welcome. Everybody loves you, man.
Absolutely. Love to do it again.
Rookie Critic says, Lord Digit Doomcock, I thought the sequel trilogy was supposed to be about finishing the Skywalker saga, yet they are hardly in these films.
Yeah, well, it sure as shit has finished the Skywalker saga, hasn't it? It's finished it. It's like finished it like, Corleone. We're going to finish the Tattaglia family. They've caused us a great deal of personal grief. Yeah, they finished it real good, didn't they?
I was thinking Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah, finish it. And then it's like the big manatee comes out and squirts milk in Luke's mouth until he explodes. That's the fatality move.
Like when a reptile would pull off his fake face and spit acid on you and you'd melt away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I love that game. Warren Roar says, Hail Jeff and hail Doomcock. Keep up the good fight.
Warren Roar. Hail Warren. Also Darth Bane. One of my legionnaires at my site.
How does one become a legionnaire, Doomcock?
Well, we have many tiers of membership at patreon.com/Doomcock. Legionnaire is the top tier. For $12 a month, you get a autographed picture of Doomcock. You get a certificate and membership card citing basically that you are a supervillain in your own right, fighting in my legion and fit to rule in my absence. And you get to pick a section of the government you want to rule. Like you could be the minister of undead. We've got a minister of deadite relations. We've got a minister of collections. Various. Basically, you pick a title that you'd like, and that's the government entity that you will rule over when I ascend to greatness.
I like that. That's a price I can get behind. I can run, I don't know, the public school system for being a $12 patron, Legionnaire.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. You could be Minister of Education or Minister of Stern Education or Minister of Education with a purple dildo. Anything you appeals to you.
That's Timothy Riggs' department. He's got that one under wraps.
Yeah.
Now, Mareth Deoline sent in a double super chat. Part 1. There was an overlord named Doomcock. He plans to rule everything, even Bangkok. Overlord of all is what he is. Listen to him, you will all be enthralled. If you cross him, you're on his chopping block.
Well, how well she knows me. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. That's very inspirational.
Yeah, we have our own poet here on the channel, or Limerick Master, or whatever Mareth Deoline wants to be referred to as. But
yes. Oh, yes. I saw Mareth for the first time in my last live stream. Good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, big fan of all that we do. You, me, High Council, everybody. So thank you, Mareth Deoline. Data Racer 117 says, Chris Terrio co-wrote episode 9 with J.J. Abrams. It'll be trash.
It will. No question about it. He can't overcome Jar Jar's influence. No way.
I like to think, though, that behind the scenes, there's a feeling of, this is it, guys. We can't fuck this one up.
It's already fucked up, man.
I know, but I want him to try, and then I want him to fail. And I want it to be like, Rocky, the first Rocky, where it's like you went the distance, but the fans won. The fans are Apollo Creed. We won this time. There won't be a rematch. And there really won't be a rematch because you've lost too much money, Disney.
Right. I want people to boycott this shit. I really, honest to God, do, because they have not only made a shitty movie and ruined the franchise, but they've also relentlessly insulted their fans. And that shit cannot stand. We've got to take a stand. We've got to make sure that that they pay for this shit. You understand? It's kind of like if you were dating this really hot chick, but she screws around on you with her friends, okay? And so she thinks that she can come back anytime, that, all I've got to do is give over with the goodies and, he'll take me back. And so she comes to your door and knocks on the door at, 2:00 in the morning. You go to the door, you open it up, and she opens up her trench coat and she's wearing absolutely nothing and smiles at you. Shut the door. That's the badass thing to do. Just shut the door in her face and leave her standing outside naked and go back to bed. That's what I want to do to The Last Jedi because it's fucked around on us too much.
I would never date The Last Jedi. I'm just putting it out there. I have standards, Doomcock.
Well, good. I'm glad, man.
The
The Last Jedi will fuck around on you.
Oh, it has. It broke our heart. We can't forgive it.
Yep.
The Ricky Critic says, I still have old Star Wars toys in the attic, played with many times and decent quality. Now there's nothing appealing about them. My nephew isn't for it.
I'll
Yeah,
still like the toys.
The classic ones are awesome. The vintage Star Wars figures, there's definitely the appeal for, at least for my generation, in terms of like the nostalgia. I don't know of many people my age that have the nostalgia for them, but I get it because you love the stuff you grew up with. But the new modern stuff is just, it compared to what's on the shelves. Like, that's the one thing I think a lot of people at Disney, Lucasfilm, Hasbro, all of them are failing to realize, that Star Wars was groundbreaking on every level. Everything that it entered, every market, it was groundbreaking in special effects, bringing a modern fairy tale to the world, groundbreaking in toys because it revolutionized the 3 3/4 inch scale with the action figures and the ships and everything. Nowadays, toys are much more detailed, they are more expensive, but Star Wars toys just don't compete with that. The characters are boring and stupid looking. Like Rey has robes on her and a little gun, and she can't hold her lightsaber and all this shit. So
yeah,
that's why I think a lot of kids, there's this technology component where kids are picking up, tablets and iPhones early on. I can't deny that. But at the same time, too, a Ninja Turtle is much more visually appealing than Rey. And from a price standpoint, as a parent, let's say I was a parent, there's 4 Ninja Turtles, so they're like $8 each.
Yeah.
Star Wars figure is like $8 or $9, and they don't come with many accessories, and they look boring. They're like people in trench coats, people with a rifle that they can't hold. It's just, I don't get why Star Wars would appeal to kids today. They have so many other options out there.
Exactly. That's the thing. Star Wars was so groundbreaking because it was the first thing of its kind that was out there and like it. It was the biggest thing. And, and they had such imagination, all those aliens and robots and stuff. It was super cool. And this is just pathetic. I mean, Rose, for fuck's sake. Come on.
I know Ethan loves her to death, but my God, Rose Tico, I can't be a Tico path. I can be a pie eater. I guess that's Ethan's fan base. That's what we call ourselves. Man, Rose Tico, when I watched that movie, I just was like, no thanks. No thanks. She just is so lame.
I'm a Tico totaler. I abstain from Tico.
Thunder Robots has a question for us. Would time travel fix Star Wars?
If you mean go back in time and prevent Kathleen Kennedy from being born, maybe. Probably.
I think what Thunder Robots means, though, is like, since they've introduced time travel in Star Wars Rebels, which is a TV show, would they be able to use time travel in Episode 9 to fix the problems from 7 and 8 and then continue the franchise? I'll say no. I don't think they will do. The thing is, I don't think Disney wants to change. They want to stick with their agenda plan. They're not really focused on pleasing us now. They want those brownie points for inclusivity and good intentions.
Yeah, I don't think they could. I mean, they haven't had any time travel up till now, and it would just be so cheesy to pull it out and dust it off and do that now. I don't think that's an option.
I actually have problems with Star Wars having flashbacks. I know that sounds real weird, but they were just storytelling elements that were never included in the presentation of Star Wars, and I don't like that they include those. It's always been a linear story. It starts here and it builds to wherever it needs to go. They don't do flashbacks and all this shit. And
no, I agree 100%. Yeah, it's cheesy.
It's those small little things, like, when people say it's not the big things, it's the little things that count. Well, all these little things build up to big shit that makes it less Star Wars. It removes its identity, if you will. You remember how
exactly.
they have the wipes and the transitions and all those things from Star Wars. Nowadays, you have it's like everything else, but the soul is gone. Star Wars is literally a soulless cash grab at this point.
It really is. I remember when Star Wars was fun. I remember when it was in color and when it was fun, and none of those things are true anymore. It's gray and blue, and it's no goddamn fun at all. Not fun at all. Jesus.
Well, it's weird because when you just said that, I'm looking at like, my comics, my toys, my stuff around the office. I'm thinking to myself, what is currently fun? And it's not that we got older and lost our sense of humor or fun or adventure or excitement. It's that whoever is in charge of these companies has made the decision to make these things less accessible. Comic books aren't fun anymore. Star Wars isn't fun anymore. Video games, they're losing a lot of their appeal. Not a lot of their appeal, but like what I mean is they put weird agenda-based shit in these games and they don't sell, so they're ruining some games too. It's like if you're into like the geek culture, you're under attack from every front. I mean, maybe you're like, if you're a Funko Pop collector, your hobby is safe. But other than that, I can't think of any other sphere in the geekdom or brand in the geekdom sphere that's safe from this shit.
No, I can't either. And as to your point about fun, Guardians of the Galaxy was so goddamn much fun. It made me feel like a kid again. So it's not that I am incapable of experiencing fun anymore. That's bullshit. Guardians of the Galaxy, god damn it. That was an explosion of exuberance and brilliance that I love. It just kills me that the guy is no longer going to be, making them, because that just hurts the fans. I mean, fuck him. I don't give a shit about him, but fuck, who are they going to bring in now? Is that just the third one is going to stink now?
Well, it's interesting that you brought that up because I wanted to ask you your opinion on who. I keep saying they should use Edgar Wright because he has a very unique approach, but he could create something that's different but still similar enough for the fans of the current Guardians films to feel like, oh, I know someone else is making this, but it's still fun and exciting and has, good editing, good music, stuff like that. So that is my choice till the end, Edgar Wright. What about you?
Yeah, what about that guy that did Thor Ragnarok?
Oh, Taika Waititi or whatever his name is?
Yeah, it was the wrong script for Thor. Thor should not have been wisecracking all over the place like Peter Parker or Iron Man. That was a violation of his character, and it was a poor judgment call on Marvel's part. But it was fun. It had a great feel of exuberance, and I think that I don't know that he could write the Guardians of the Galaxy script, but he could sure as shit direct it. I mean, he'd do a great job with that.
Yeah, I like Thor's humor when it's situational.
Yeah.
Like in the first Avengers, when Black Widow explains about Loki killing 80 people in 3 days, well, he's adopted. Just like little zingers like that. But overall, right. Thor's very serious because he jumps into battle when need be. Thor 1, I guess, is my favorite of the Thor movies. I don't like 2 and I don't hate 3, but 3 is not a Marvel flick that I go, I have to own it, I have to watch it, I want to watch it again and again. It was good for a one-time viewing. Right. That was it. And I'm not trying to all of a sudden to be like, well, I don't like the MCU because of what they could possibly do. No. The big ones hit me hard, like Infinity War, incredible. I fucking love it. I think I got to buy a copy tomorrow. All kinds of shit. But the smaller ones, I'm just not, they're little like, I don't know, some of the charm has worn off, but I don't dislike them. I'm more aware of what they're going to do, and they're less unique to me.
Right. Yeah. But Guardians was fantastic.
I love 2. Yeah. I really love Guardians 2. The Michael Rooker part.
Yeah, they were both great. Yeah, fuck. They were awesome.
Well, I didn't expect to be, I didn't cry in the movie, but I didn't expect it to get as emotional as it did at the end. Like, really, when the Yondu part, Mary Poppins was great, but then he sacrifices himself, and they have the Savagers or Salvagers or whatever they're called, give him the firework death and all that shit. I'm like, my God, was this came out of nowhere. Holy shit, was this good?
It was great. Yeah.
And I don't get that out of many movies, let alone Marvel movies. Usually you kind of just leave and you laugh, but that was just like different.
It was, and it's just a goddamn shame again. I mean, did he write the script for Guardians 3?
Yes, he did. And they're going to use it.
I hope they keep it. Are they going to scrap it?
No, I've heard a rumor they're going to use it. So
good. Well, that's the main thing. Thank God. They paid for it. They shouldn't have to forfeit that just because he's fucked up.
Oh yeah, I will. When I go to see this movie in 2020 is when it comes out, I'll judge it as a movie. Yeah, I'll remember what a weirdo James Gunn is, and I can't defend anything he did or said. All I can do is take the movie, and I hope it doesn't hurt the next director, and I hope the cast treats that next director with respect, because we know how outspoken Batista is, and that's fine. Batista's going to do his own thing. I'm not here to go into a Batista rant, but I just hope that whoever does direct, they give him the same respect, and Guardians lives on.
I think they will. I mean, he had to make a public declaration of loyalty or whatever, but push comes to shove, they start shooting, things will settle down.
Yeah, I think people will forget about this. And I think the James Gunn story is over. I mean, it's official. Like we covered it on the podcast this week. He's not coming back. There's nothing to talk about anymore. Disney met. It's over. It's done. And I think Disney would like for this story to kind of die too, because they want people to focus on Captain Marvel, Infinity War Part 2, whatever it will be called, and then continue to keep the Marvel brand alive. They got enough to worry about. I think James Gunn is over with for them.
Yeah, I think so.
The Kinky Pinky says, all hail the moist, squelching, flatulent doom muff. Kinky Pinkies, you know how to make me so hungry at almost 2 a.m. Like, I think I'm going to go to Waffle House right now and cancel the stream. Yeah, dude, Waffle House makes me sick.
Really? I like pancakes.
Well, the thing for me is, like, their eggs and stuff is made fresh, but there's something about whenever I eat their waffles with that fake butter that I just violently ill.
Ugh, yeah. Fake
Ted White.
Sucks. Go ahead.
Who's, not the Ted White from Friday the 13th Part 4, says, "Hail Doomcock, just got off work. Glad to catch this."
Oh, man. Ted White, another one of my loyal legionnaires. Hail, Ted. Good to see you here.
Warren Rohr says, "Damn straight, Lord Doomcock, preach it. Archie Bunker said whatever he wanted without giving a damn, and that's how it's supposed to be. No SJW screens."
Yeah, it was so funny. It was so great. Great show.
All Out of Bubblegum says, "Talking about shows that are not the same, I can think of WKRP in Cincinnati. They had to remove all the music from it, and in the process killing the show, in my opinion."
Yeah, I agree 100%. You know about that.
This is a big thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to. All Bubblegum, thank you for bringing this point up, because I mentioned Al Bundy earlier. I won't support Married with Children on DVD because they cut out the theme song, Love and Marriage. They didn't pay the licensing.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, it has a completely generic intro, because I love Married with Children. That's a show I would put money down to own. But without the theme song, I'm not doing it. Now, on the other hand, like Miami Vice, they put it out on Blu-ray, and they have all the licensed songs. They didn't cut a single thing out.
Yeah.
So when they alter shows for the sake of money, I can't support it. I'm not trying to be overly militant about not buying shit, but like if they do it in its original presentation or expand upon it. For example, again, Third Rock from the Sun, or that 70s show. If you watch them on broadcast TV originally, they're in 4:3. Those shows are actually shot in high def widescreen. So like you get a newer version, you get a full widescreen HD picture. So there are, different situations where it's different, but overall I want original music and original content. I just can't do it without it.
Yeah, 100% agree. I mean, they did the same thing with Northern Exposure, which is a great show, a really great show from the 90s. They cut like some of the music from it. WKRP, like you said, it's just, look, man, it's a show about a rock station. If you cut all the rock and roll songs out of it, it's dead. It's just fucking dead. And then Married with Children, my God, I mean, you cut that song. What have you got?
A soulless version of Al Bundy. Well, the real Al Bundy had no soul, but a hollower version of the show.
Yeah, I know it. Jesus. I'd still want to bang Peg, though. There's something about her. I don't know.
Katie Seagal, yeah, she had a nice body. Her wig was a little fucked up, but other than that. Yeah.
I know, but it's such a, I don't know. It was her attitude, too.
The funny thing is how much better she looks in comparison to Marcy Darcy or Rhodes, depending on what season you watch.
Yeah, I know it. It's true.
I would love for a revival episode where they just go balls out and say whatever they want. But now Disney owns that show, so.
Well, there goes that. It'll be rebooted. It'll be a black family now.
Blackish version 2. They live in the shitty part of Chicago.
Yep.
I'm not gonna watch it. No, I don't do reboots of TV shows. Any kind of like you mentioned Magnum PI earlier. I wasn't even a fan of Magnum PI growing up, but I won't watch the new one. Just why?
Out of respect, yeah.
Yeah, Tom Selleck's still alive and awesome. I'll watch the old one. I love 80s TV shows.
Yeah, me too.
Gloria Bunker sent in a $5 super chat that had no message, but thank you, Gloria.
Gloria.
Mongo only pawn game. Sorry, Mongo only pawn in Game of Life says Mongo says Hell Doomcock and Darth Muff. Mongo love you too.
Good Mongo. Good boy.
Thank you, Mongo.
Thank you, Mongo.
Dayton Pfeiffer says last donation. I have to go to bed. I have to work. Keep up the good fight. # make entertainment great again. You know those initials are mega. Mega, right?
Mega.
Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. Adam Shawhan says, I say duet Doomcock and the Darth Muff. You both rock. Adam, you rock. And I will meet you next Sunday, my friend. Shannon McDaniel says, I'd love to see Doomcock and Ethan do a duet. I think we all would.
That would be something we could do.
Rookie Critic says, I should sub to your Patreons. I spend too much on chats. I appreciate it, though. That's all I can say. I appreciate it, man. Cardboard Kenny says there's already a Doomcock doll.
Oh, yes. Cardboard Kenny has made a miniature version of me. He sent it to me. I have it. And he is also making a duplicate of the entire set and Harvey Cthulhu as well. And I am planning on, when I get those pieces, I'm going to do an entire episode of my reviews on that set with that Doomcock action figure.
Okay, I'm going to watch that one the day it goes live.
It's going to be weird.
I wish our listeners would make action figures of me. Just, I don't know, take an old action figure of The Rock with hair and put him in a polo shirt or something. There you go. It's close enough.
There's Jeff.
I'm not that buff yet, but one day that actually, next year that'll be the plan. Let's see who else we had. Ted White says, "Does Doomcock have a derpy eye mask?"
Does a derpy eye mask?
Yeah, like one eye is bigger than the other, like a weird derpy face. It's for some reason that became a joke on our channel now. The derp.
I don't know what that is, so I guess I don't. No, my face is normal. I'm not like the cartoon guy where he's got the scar. I'm perfectly normal.
DJ Ray says, "Hey Jeff and hail Doomcock, Lord Doomcock. Hello from your Minister of Robot Maintenance."
Yes, hail Minister of Robot Maintenance. He's going to keep my giant robots, operating and in full destructive mode.
The Rookie Critic says, "What would you guys reboot if you could?"
Shit. I'd reboot Star Trek and just get it the fuck away from all these idiots and make it a respectful version of Star Trek. That's what I'd do.
I would reboot Different Strokes. I was actually going to say The Facts of Life, but I don't like either of those shows. I just picked something I dislike to reboot. If it's something I have to reboot that I like, I don't know if I want, I like continuations of shit, but not necessarily a reboot of stuff I like.
Well, things like that got botched that, had like some, potential or something. It's just no point in rebooting something that was great. Reboot something that maybe was a good idea, but just was handled by idiots, like Star Trek Discovery, they've just mangled it. So I just want to wipe it out, completely destroy it and start again.
It still makes me smile that its initials are STD. Because that's what it is. It's a disease.
It is a fucking disease. Eats your brain like syphilis.
John Tennant says, "It's a wonderful day to hashtag muff button TM."
A wonderful day to butt chug TM.
I've always wanted to see somebody butt chug in real life. To see if it's a real thing. I mean, I've heard about it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's like, kind of the reverse huff, isn't it? It's like huffing for the butt, kind of.
I want to sound clear. You said huffing for the butt, kind of.
huffing for the butt, kind of. I don't know. I'm not an expert on butt huff, but we were joking about that on Nerdrotic last night. Butt
I want to
chugging.
hang out with Nerdrotic now. That sounds like a fun time.
They are, man. They're great guys. They do some good stuff. Really fantastic people.
Mongo Ventura says, being a relatively large man with a deep voice, I really appreciate the whole stream today. I also listened to the Spy Who Loved Me commentary, so I gotta ask, what is your favorite Roger Moore Bond film? Doomcock, do you have one?
Yeah, it'd be The Spy Who Loves Me. No question about it. Roger Moore's, that was a kick-ass movie.
I will say Live and Let Die. It's a blaxploitation flick with 007, and it's got a badass boat chase and a hot Bond girl and Jane Seymour.
Yeah, Jane Seymour. Fuck yeah. And also Yaphet Kotto, wasn't he in it?
Yeah, he was Dr. Kananga or Mr. Big,
Right.
depending on how, which face he was wearing.
Right, before Alien.
Many years. Well, not many. 6.
But goddamn, The Spy Who Loved Me, that was cool. The ski chase over the cliff and then the British flag, the Union Jack. Yeah, I love that one. I don't know. But Live and Let Die is fantastic. It'd be my second choice.
We did a stream about James Bond the other night, and it seemed like I was shitting on the Bond films, but I'm only critical of certain elements because I love them. I know, how you get about Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
You can love something and critique it. I don't think blindly praising something makes you a better fan.
No.
Like for me to hold, like for example, like Back to the Future. I love that movie. It's my favorite movie. I don't really find much of anything that I'd want to change about it or have too many critiques, but other things that I do love, like Batman, like 89, for as much as I love Batman 89, there are parts that I can critique, like there are some bad special effects shots or this or that. So maybe I was sounding rough the other night, guys. I know somebody brought it to my attention, but like I still love the shit out of this stuff. I just don't, nothing gets a pass just because it makes me happy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's like all these idiots, these millennials out there that like have this attitude that if you don't buy into every Star Wars thing that comes out, then you're not a fan, right? And it's like, dude, if you buy into every property, if you buy into every single release of a franchise, you're not a fan anymore. You're just a fucking consumer. That's basically how I feel about it.
And that's what these companies want. They want mindless consumers. They want you to go out.
Absolutely do. Yeah.
They want you to watch the movie the day it comes out, buy the t-shirt, and then talk about it online for a minute, and then get the Blu-ray, and then forget you ever saw the movie. They just want you to buy a bunch of useless crap.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, for somebody like me, if I love your brand or your movie or your show or something, I'll continue to buy stuff for years if it maintains that quality. I can turn it off. I turned it off with Star Wars. I mean, it could come back down the road, or they could release something that I just gotta have. But these other people don't care about the brand. Like you'll cater to them because you think that's where your box office is. You got to have a movie that covers everybody. The new people, the old people, and then make new fans become old fans. After years. So they're just hurting themselves.
Yep.
Dio Brando has 2 super chats. First off, Dio Brando, thank you very much. If you don't like STD, you must hate woman. And then Dio Brando also says, hopefully it's not like AIDS and you're stuck with the STD for life.
No, just turn your back on it. Boycott CBS, boycott Star Trek Discovery, ban it from your consciousness. You'll clear up.
King Uendo. Morning, guys. The powers that be must have an agenda to derail human cognitive ability and critical thinking by creating lackluster films and now TV. Thank you both for filling that void. Great work.
Thank you for that statement, because that is exactly correct. That is exactly the thing that is happening out there in the world. They are dumbing down the public with substandard moronic plots. And that is the worst aspect of it. Forget about even just the stories. The fact that they are dumbing down the populace that will mindlessly accept these stupid plot hole ridden stories. It's horrible. It's just, you cannot have an enlightened democracy full of idiots. That's basically what is happening in the world. They can't critically think anymore, and that's the way the corporations want you. They want you stupid. They want you consuming everything they put in your trough and grunting like happy little piggies. But we will not grunt. We are the future.
No matter what you say, there always like instills some hope in me. Even if we have to, burn it down and start anew, there's still some hope in there.
Yeah, no, I agree. We wouldn't fight if there was no hope.
No. El Argo 30 says, Harvey, try to talk Captain Kirk into pushing the button.
Hey, Captain. How you doing? I'm fine. How are you? I'm an alien life form, and you're supposed to contact alien life forms. So, hey, contact me. Well, what do I have to do to initiate contact with you? All you have to do is push that button right there. The one in the cage guarded by giant robots? Yeah, that's the one. Why are giant robots guarding your button? No reason. I don't think I buy that. I sense that there's something wrong here. There's something off about you. What the fuck do you know? You wear a toupee. No, I take it back. Too late. Scotty, beam me aboard. Fuck.
There's like two other people on the chat with us. Oh, fantastic. Holdo's Muff has a nice compliment for us. My two favorite YouTubers, and Harvey, hanging out and shooting the shit. What more can a muff ask for? Been awesome, guys. Good night and hail Doomcock.
Hail Holdo's Muff. Another one of my legionnaires.
The Rookie Critic says, Doomcock, live stream so I can give you money.
I will probably do something tomorrow evening. That's what I'm planning on doing, I think. I've just been so busy. The news keeps coming out and I keep trying to respond to it. And, I don't just do live streams. I also do like the recorded videos with the full, effects and bits and everything. And those take time, and I know people don't want me to stop doing that. So it's a tough balancing act. Plus I do as much stuff as I put out on YouTube. I put out that much stuff on my Patreon just for my guys. So I'm a busy, poor, dumb son of a bitch.
Well, that's where I am.
So fucking tired.
Dude, I'm with you about being tired, first off. Secondly, though, trying to do the daily videos. I just call them daily videos or separate videos, doing that with the show. I mean, I get it. I got to go live 2 hours and change Tuesday through Friday. And then I got stuff at night each night of the week. And so then I got to try to write on weekends to pump out stuff for the weekdays. And now with an Indiegogo campaign and stuff, I got to work on stuff behind the scenes. So and I'm going out of town. I definitely know about spreading yourself thin. But I will say this. I'll speak for you too. The people we have are really super dedicated people that are understanding. That's the one beautiful thing about internet YouTube communities. People get it. It's not like you're watching 2.5 Men and they're like a couple weeks behind and you think all these lazy celebrities and shit. Like these people know us as people, so they get it and understand. Like, oh, Doomcock's working and doing all this shit on top of this. So we're fortunate to be on this platform as opposed to like television or film or something like that, where people are less understanding.
Yeah, that's true. They really do. I mean, my guys are so supportive. They write me and they say, hey, don't apologize for not answering this, or, you put out so much content. Don't feel, pressured. Get around to it when you can. I mean, the support is incredible. I genuinely feel that love and that it really does touch me as much as a evil supervillain can be touched. Honest to God, it really does.
I get it 100%. There's this dude, I think his name's Nicholas, who sent me a copy of the Last Jedi novel, and I listened to about the first 11 hours of it, and I never got finished to make the video, and the dude still listens to the show and is understanding. So, Nicholas, if you ever hear this one, man, I appreciate you sending me that. I will get around to making that video when I have a chance. Because
oh, God, I know, man.
I took notes.
Yeah, John Bellman sent me the entire Stargate SG-1, the entirety of the every Stargate television series to watch, and I am working my way through it, and I'm going to do some reviews of that, when I get a chance. But my God, everybody wants you to look at this video or that video, and I want to, and I write them down, but the list is so long.
Oh, I get it. We got these people that want me to talk about Warhammer 40K.
Right.
And I'm not opposed to it. The only thing is I have to learn about what it is. So like we have a built-in fandom with Star Wars and Star Trek, so we're lucky. But for me to learn, first I have to learn about Warhammer. Then I have to find an appreciation. Then I have to listen to what's going on in the community and then form an opinion. It's like extra stuff to get into something I've never heard of. But I'm not ever telling these people no, because I will get to it. It's just, they'll just have to wait. But they do wait, and they're cool about stuff. So
yeah, man. These are the greatest people in the world. We're really lucky to have got a community like this.
And like I said earlier, I'm glad our communities are all intertwined. It's not like, they like me, but they dislike you, but we like each other, so we work together. Because there's a YouTuber that is one of my favorite YouTubers that I've worked with, and his community seems to dislike me because they think I'm something I'm not. So it sucks that we don't get to do content because it always hurts him on the back end because his subscribers incessantly bitch about me. And he's like the nicest dude you ever want to meet, and we have like the best conversations about collectibles and shit. But his just community seems to eviscerate him when he goes off the normal thing, and it sucks because I feel like we're both having a great time. Like one day we'll meet and hang out and have like the best conversation ever, but until then we just gotta play it cool with putting out content together. But I'm glad everyone loves you on this channel because it's fun. It's 2 a.m. here, and I'm like, this is great. This is more important than sleep.
Yeah, man, it's awesome, dude. It's having a great time.
The opinionated one says Christopher Tolkien put Tolkien Estate up for sale because he felt that he could not stop the corporations from abusing it even without permission, so he gave up, which sucks.
Oh yeah, that does suck.
I didn't even know that's who ran the Tolkien Estate.
Well, yeah, I didn't either, but shit. Well, seeing The Hobbit would break anyone's heart, wouldn't it?
Well, full transparency, I've never really been a Lord of the Rings fan. I've seen Fellowship. I saw that way back I saw it in the cheap theater in 2002 because I remember I saw it the day before Attack of the Clones came out. Like my mom took me to the movie to be nice because she wanted to go, and then the next day I'm like, Mom, I have to see Star Wars. So she dropped me off at like the biggest theater in the city and says, I'll be back in 3 hours to come pick you up. And so I went and saw Star Wars. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, I don't dislike it. I just never got into it. So I can't say either way that I dislike it. And then I read the Hobbit book as a kid, and I when you're a kid and you're forced to read books, you don't really appreciate them. So every experience I've had with Tolkien's work has been negative, not because I dislike the work, but because where I am in life is focused on something else. So
yeah.
So anyone out there that ever says stuff about Lord of the Rings, or I don't really have a response or get your reference or your screen name, there's your exact answer laid out for you perfectly.
Yeah.
The rookie critic says, when episode 9 fails, Tico works at Space Taco Bell now. So Spocko Bell.
Yeah, let's put the new Spock over there too.
I saw a picture. Isn't he like the grandson of some famous actor?
Gregory Peck. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was something like that. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not going to watch the show. I don't know why they keep promoting it.
Yeah, I don't know.
How long do you think till it hits like a Hulu or a Netflix? Because CBS All Access isn't really.
I think they're going to keep it behind their shitty little paywall. I just hope that they fucking go out of business soon. And, Les Moonves gets fired. Redstone goes in there and reunites the company and shit cans Access and STD. And, maybe then we can talk. But until then, they're my sworn mortal enemies. That's it.
Well, they got Viacom, I think, to back them up, so they might be okay for a while. Right? Isn't CBS owned by Viacom?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's split. It's a big tangled fucking mess. I mean, they've got CBS Corporation on one side and Viacom, on the other. That's Paramount, and it needs to be reunited so the rights can be put under one roof again.
I just remember that CBS was Viacom because I'd watched the old Twilight Zones, and
Mhm.
it would be like Viacom right after the Twilight Zone ended. It would kind of
Yeah.
kill the illusion of the show.
Yeah. They're good
Uh,
at that.
Emperor Caligula, thank you very much. My 11-year-old nephew saw the flaws in the new Star Wars movies. He loves all the old stuff, so even a boy of 11 could see it was flawed. Now, Emperor
Yeah.
Caligula, wait till these SJW online critics critique your 11-year-old nephew for being things that he's not. That's how these people defend their garbage products. They don't go, well, this kid doesn't like it. That's fine. No, they'll say, oh, this kid's been raised wrong or some dumb shit like that. That's how this always works.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can't disagree with that at all.
Nicholas Glenn says, wow, you guys are still going. Sweet. Just got back on. Well, Nicholas Glenn, I hope you've been enjoying us for the last 20 minutes since you got back on.
Yes. Nicholas Glenn, hail. What a great guy he is.
I love the
really
icon,
is.
too. It's the Millennium Falcon cockpit from The Empire Strikes Back. God, I love that.
Yeah.
Grim Carnage says, Doomcock, I really enjoyed your Edgar Allan Poe rendition.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I did that on Poe's birthday. I read the Mask of the Red Death, which is my favorite Edgar Allan Poe story. And I'm probably going to do something similar for Lovecraft's birthday. I think it's September 20th. It's coming up this next month.
I would listen to you read pretty much anything, so put that out there. I will I'll watch.
Awesome. Yeah, man. It's good stuff.
I usually listen to, not all the time, but like in October when I would illustrate more, the month of October, I'd listen to like Edgar Allan Poe or just like audio versions of those types of stories to like get me in the holiday spirit, the dark, dreary spirit, if you will, or spirit, if you will, spirited. I don't even know what word that is.
Spirit.
Grim.
I'm sorry. Just go ahead and check it out. It's on my channel. You can this Halloween, if you're drawing or something, just listen to the Mask of the Red Death. It's a great story.
Well, we should get you back around Halloween and do like a crossover Halloween, like a part 1 and 2, like on your channel and here, and that way we can get people to find you, so they can like either get the conclusion or something. Because we got to get your numbers up to like ours, because your channel's awesome.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I could use more subs. I'm confused as to why I don't have more, but you guys have boosted me, and I really appreciate that sincerely.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a reflection of your product. I think right now there's a weird issue with YouTube, just like flat out their algorithms changed or something, where a lot of people's channels are changing in terms of view counts, and it's not because we've put out any less content. It's just something that YouTube does, and it changes every once in a while. So you will always have a place here to come and be like, hey, check out my channel, and we'll mention you all the time, man. You're one of us, so we want to see you,
brother. I really appreciate that.
Nicholas Glenn says, sitting on the beach listening to the live stream.
Oh shit.
Wow, I thought you were saying cool. Sitting on a beach collecting 20%. That's a Die Hard reference. Sorry.
Yeah.
So much. And then a giant super chat from Perpetual Punster says, a super chat is deserved for that Harvey and Kirk moment.
Well, thank you, sir.
So is there anything else you'd like to cover? I know you had a lot of work taken over the world, so I figure you might want to get some rest. Because are you off tomorrow? Are you free?
No, I've got some more shit to do, but it's all right, man. I wanted to do this for a long time, and I'm just really glad to be here, and a hell of a good time.
It's been a great time. I mean, I wanted you to come on the channel for a long time too. I see this happening multiple times, like a one-on-one thing. Hell, we may have you fill in one night if you're available on the podcast when, some of the other guys may be out. Instead of calling up like Channel Dad Brian Lape or somebody, and we'll be like, and now appearing on World Class Bullshitters, Lord Doomcock. And there, you can appear on the podcast. I'm sure tons of people would be excited for that.
Oh man, that'd be great. And yeah, I think that'd be awesome if you guys, could come on my show sometimes as well, and just get that cross thing going, and kind of bring people, like you said, kind of get exposure that way for my YouTube channel.
Anytime you want, man. You have my email.
Yes.
And we're connected on Twitter. I'll actually give you my own regular email so you can contact me quicker. So if you have like, oh, I got an idea for something, that way I'll get it to my phone and I can respond even faster. But yeah, you tell me when you want to get some people over on your channel. I'll even try to get like Ethan and Jeremy to like, come over and help you out. We can get all the fans. We can tweet about it and everyone can show up and subscribe and be like, you got to be subscribed to Doomcock because we do impromptu things over here too. And then they'll find your other content. And then trust me, it'll just keep on rolling.
Man, that's awesome. Thank you, Jeff. I love
Nope.
that.
No problem. Like I said, man, not only have you entertained me through your videos, but you're just fun to interact with. I mean, when you're not, laying down the truth about Star Trek, you're doing fun voices or singing songs. It's just, all entertaining. And I think tons and tons of people will find that entertaining too.
Well, man, let's, I knock wood. I just knocked wood. That's awesome.
And
Yeah,
hey,
it's overrated. He's a prick.
Shut up.
the rookie critic sent in the super chat says, Doomcock, I shall make a vid spreading your rule.
Oh, thank you, friend. Thank you. Spread that gospel, damn it. Give me some of that old time religion. We need it. We need it at the channel.
Oh man. So is there anything else you'd like to cover?
Well, one funny thing, it just happened, which might be a, New World Order kind of creepy CIA thing. But, I'm sitting here in my TV. I had my Roku on and I had it, paused on YouTube and whatever. But too much time passed. And so it went back to its default screen, and advertised over in the corner was All in the Family, available free on Crackle. And that's weird because I was just talking about, you can't see All in the Family anywhere, right? And then boom, there it is. Now that's kind of creepy, isn't it?
That's a real thing. I saw an article come out, I think it was yesterday or today, where it says, yeah, your phone's listening to you.
Yeah.
I'll admit, sometimes I go into another room without my phones if I have an idea for something and I don't want to, I know this sounds crazy, but if I come up with something cool, maybe I want to put it out on YouTube, and whoever listens to your phone, I don't want them to know. Maybe I want them to be surprised. But it is, they take your search history and your whatever you say and they sell you ad space. I don't like it, but as long as it's not like for a nefarious purpose, if it's like for making money, I get it, and I feel less intruded upon. Like if they're trying to listen to like when you talk about like your bank information or shit to check you out, then I feel like I hate it. But if it's like, oh, you search Spider-Man, here's like Spider-Man ads, I feel a little less bothered. But either way, I don't like it.
It was only with our conversation. I mean, nothing was typed. And
I know.
That's weird. I don't know. That's just weird. Yeah.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah. Well, I understand that, like, typing in stuff, right? But it had to like actually listen and understand, and I think have a sense of irony, like, haha, hey, let's go ahead and put it up there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and put some fucking All in the Family up there. See what he does.
He'll freak out.
Yeah, that's good.
It almost makes me want to talk about really weird stuff, like within legal limit, because if you say certain trigger words, they start like monitoring you.
Oh, right, yeah.
But like if you start talking, like you mentioned All in the Family and that popped up, I'd like to talk about like James Bond Jr. constantly, and they'll be like, oh, well, here, you like this, then they'll show you this. Just weird shit that I know doesn't exist out on Blu-ray or DVD, and see if they can try to sell me if I talk about stuff that's not available to buy.
Right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like this HBO show from a long time ago called The High Life. It was from David Letterman's production company. It was a black and white show set in the 50s where everybody, you had like the two main guys, and the villain every week was played by the same actor, but playing a different part on the show. And it was just a cool, weird show, but you can't find it anywhere. So, haha, there you go.
It only had 8 episodes.
Right. Yeah. So have you seen it?
Oh no, I Googled it right away when you're talking about it.
Yeah. It was a great show though, man. It was fun. It was weird and it was cool. just this guy Earl. He was just this perpetual loser. He always had these great schemes, and then this or that organization or obstacle would come and fuck with him, and he'd be classic loser.
I'm looking up the bad guy's name was Stephen Meller.
Yeah, and he just always played a different part. This is personal devil, personal nemesis of this guy.
Now this is the type of show that should be on their streaming services. Like no one would ever buy it on DVD, but there you go.
Yeah, but it's not, because I've got the HBO Go and it's not there. So
who directed a couple of the episodes of this show was Peyton Reed, the guy that directed Ant-Man.
Oh, no shit.
He directed episodes 6 and 8.
God damn, that was a long time ago. So he must have just been getting his start.
Yeah, 1996 is when the show was on. It ran from November 9th to December 25th of 1996.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine had them all on video, and I lost track of that guy. I wish I had copied him. Oh, well.
Dude, one of your listeners out there will find bootlegs and either make you a VHS or beam it to your underground volcano lair. Like, trust me, you'll be contacted within a couple days. Like, hey, I have your show. Trust me.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Kendo made a joke about how to find some computer game that he played as a kid 25 years ago. I got like 20 emails, and they're like, here's a link to it. Here's how you get it. So if you ever ask like your fan base, can you guys help me find this show? They'll help you find it. Somebody out there has that tape.
That's right. That's true. I need to get used to that, use some of this Doomcock power for my own advantage.
Yeah.
My own nefarious purposes. I need to see the show.
I want to check it out now because I take your recommendations highly, and
It was funny.
I'm looking at it, and it says it's kind of like it's being compared to shows like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is my favorite TV show.
That's a great show. Damn, that's a great show. Charlie is a hell of a composer, isn't he? Those songs, the musicals he does, shit.
I actually sang that song today. There was a spider deep in my soul. Well, I was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's a song. She's like, that's not a real song. I was like, it's from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She goes, oh, that's not a real song.
If you want this boy's soul, you got to pay the
troll toll.
Troll toll. And the one this last season where they all get turned, the gang turns black.
Oh, what are the rules? All that one?
Yeah. God almighty, that was good.
I loved when they went to the water park and Frank's like, I got AIDS. And he walks to the front of the line.
Yeah.
And then he goes down the water slide that's closed and it causes him to bleed and he gets into the water like, that's the AIDS guy. And the whole park shuts down.
I don't know how that show gets made. I don't know. Still, it's pretty radical shit.
Yeah, the thing is now Disney owns it, so I guarantee this will be the final season.
Oh well. C'est la vie.
Yeah, it's the way it goes. Nicholas Glenn says, I'm in that picture of the Falcon photoshopped. All I see is are you wearing
it's very small, yeah.
And then King Uendo says, privacy laws are overturned every other day, and it wouldn't surprise me if the CIA were listening. Film equals politics, big players, stay strong.
Yeah, it might be, but, there's nothing wrong with liking All in the Family, for fuck's sake.
No. I mean, my thing is this. I know with putting yourself out on YouTube, you reach far and wide. People listen. People analyze what you say. I learned that. So, when I put on a show, I stand by what I say. I'm proud of the streams we do. I'm proud of tonight's show. I thought the content was excellent. I'm proud of a lot of these things. I just, I know how to play the game essentially with the powers that would be. You don't,
yeah.
You do the right thing. I think when you start out on these shows or a stream or a podcast or something, you try to be edgy for edgy's sake. We definitely had a guy that was like that, and we didn't lose our edge. But we just focused more on the, the more important side of, trying to get our message out there or saying the important things. We weren't worried about making stupid jokes every 5 minutes.
Right.
The podcast can do its own thing. The daily videos operate its own way. I think that's just what you learn with age and being a YouTuber for longer than like a week.
Oh yeah, and I steer clear of any shit like, I stick to pop culture and film reviews. I stay clear of any politics or any crap like that. That's not what I'm all about. And for me anyway, all politicians are full of shit because only I am fit to rule the earth, and I will. So
Yeah,
there you go.
keeping yourself clear of politics. Like, this is a piece of advice for anyone out there that wants a YouTube channel. Steering clear of politics, and honestly, not talking about like the flash in the pan stories, like the mundane math thing. I've seen a lot of people put out videos about that because people link us to the videos because he's been on the channel for the High Council. And I said it to him, and I'll say it again to everyone. He lied, but we've severed ties, and I haven't said anything behind his back that I wouldn't say to his face. I've been on the up and up with this situation, but I see a lot of channels that are trying to, start by talking about that topic. It does help, but at the same time, if you get lumped in as just like, oh, they talk about this one drama story, it goes away in 3 days, and then you have to start fresh. So,
yeah, it's just milking it. Just, riding the bandwagon. It's not really news. I haven't done anything on it. I just, I don't have anything to say about it that hasn't been said.
Yeah, you know what? That's his thing. He'll deal with it forever. That's the decisions he's made. I choose to have Doomcock on, where we have a good time and we bullshit for hours and we don't focus on, what's going on in the world that's depressing. We talk, well, we do in the entertainment world, though. We don't get into like you said, politics, because you can't win with that. No. There's
a losing proposition.
And I'm glad you understand that. And, Jeremy and Ethan get that too. We got a plan. We have our final message question from Nicholas Glenn in the super chat. It says, what are your thoughts on the Resistance trailer? Doomcock, did you get a chance to watch the Star Wars Resistance trailer?
Yeah, I did.
I did too. What did you think?
Fuck. It looks like shit. It looks like broad comedy. The guy getting conked and crossing his eyes. And, it's like Tiny Toons Star Wars.
But Tiny Toons,
it looked okay. The effects, the ships and shit, but the actual character stuff was insufferable.
Yeah, it looks cheap. I'm not. Yeah. The funny thing is, if you go to watch the trailer on YouTube, the dislike ratio is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And let me look it up real quick while I'm talking, because I don't want to tell people like, oh, it's this, and then make them search it. So while I'm searching it up, for me, I was not into it because I thought it looks cheap. I don't really care about the setting. I'm not. People say, well, you're not the target demographic. Well, the target demographic doesn't seem to like this too, because the Disney YouTube channel, which uploaded this, they have 3.1 million subscribers. They have 641,000 views. It has 7,100 thumbs up, 24.9 thousand thumbs down. So essentially 25,000 down. I mean,
wow.
This isn't, here's the thing. It's two different things. If they're saying, well, people are just trolling the dislike button and they're just those angry fans that hate The Last Jedi, well, then look at the ratio of people that dislike what they do to what they do like. As a business, you don't cater to that weird minority that doesn't like your brand. Coca-Cola switched back to Coca-Cola Classic. They didn't worry about the 5 people that like new Coke. They didn't worry about catching the wave. Disney, Star Wars needs to understand that too. If this is a true dislike to like ratio, well, then you kind of are shit out of luck. You need to pay attention to what the people want. There's market research for a reason.
Yeah. There's no happy way to spin this. If people are that pissed off about your previous product, then you're fucked. If it's because this cartoon sucks, you're fucked. Either way, you're fucked. It's just no happy, happy ending here, Disney. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, I have a video I'm working on about that too. That might come out before the other longer form video. So be on the lookout for that, folks, because like I said, I want to get back into the produced videos. Doomcock does them. They're fun. There's a lot of work, but there's a sense of like accomplishment, at least for me. Like when you hit the render button and it's done, and you're like, I've spent 15 hours working on this. Now it's done, and I upload it, and for the world to see. I don't know. It's just such a process, and when you see the process completed, you feel like you've actually done something.
Yeah, and it's the live streams are more fun, really. I mean, for me, because to get to talk to people and read their stuff and screw around and play and have fun, it's awesome. It's immediately gratifying in the way that social media often is, and it's almost addictive. And it's just very important to me to set aside the time to dance with who brung me and do those videos and never stop doing that, no matter how compelling and attractive it is to do the live streams. So I have to strike a balance, and I'm still trying to find the proper balance. I haven't yet, but I hope to eventually.
Oh, you will, trust me. It all works out. I mean, you've been so dedicated for months, you'll find a way.
I'm hoping so. Yeah.
Nicholas Glenn has a question he wanted me to ask you. He says, Jeff, I asked Jeremy this the other night, so I'll ask you as well. Any PS4 games you would recommend to Doomcock? So you're a PS4 guy, Doomcock?
Nicholas Glenn actually bought me a PlayStation 4 and
Ooh.
sent it to me. Yeah. I couldn't have afforded it. But he stepped up and man, hit it out of the park. And yeah, so I'm looking for great, PlayStation 4 games. I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm playing Uncharted 4 right now. But yeah, anything suggestions? Great.
Well, let's see. I've had a PS4 since it came out, and I've played through games, not many great ones. Since you're playing Uncharted 4, have you played the other 3 Uncharted games?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, because I got the remasters for PS4 for like $20. I liked those.
Were they remastered?
Well, they're like they just upscaled the resolution. They weren't like redone, but they upscaled a 1080p game to 1080p plus or some shit like that. I don't know exactly what they did, but I have the versions for PS4 and they're really fun.
Huh.
And they also took out some of the motion controls from the first Uncharted. You had to tilt the controller the 6-axis. They got rid of some of that stuff, so that was nice.
Oh shit, I need to get that. So it looks better. It's a better experience.
Yeah, I loved it. I played through the first 2 like nonstop. That's why I can't game right now, because I'll get into a game and I'll play like, oh, I'm gonna play for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna do a video. I'll play for 7 hours.
Yeah.
It's like shit.
Yeah, I know. That man, it gobbles up time. It really does. I gotta watch that shit. But Uncharted is a great series. I love those.
God, I loved it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I recommend GTA because that's my favorite series.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'll tell you to do if you're looking for stuff to play, get yourself a PlayStation Plus membership and make sure you check out their sales, because they will have games that are massively discounted. Like Grand Theft Auto, you could have got Grand Theft Autos 3 and Vice City and San Andreas for like $2 or $3 each, and they'll sell them as a bundle. Yeah, dude, I love Grand Theft Auto so much. I have GTA 3 and Vice City on PS2, PS3, PS4, mobile, and Xbox, the original Xbox. And then for San Andreas, I have it for PS2, PS3, PS4, and I don't have it for mobile because my phone just can't run it. But my point is, I love those games. I've played through them multiple times. My big recommendation for you straight up would be get yourself the PlayStation Plus membership and pay attention to their sales, because you can get so much for such a great deal. And you get 2 free games a month, so you don't want to miss out on that either.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Good.
So,
thank you.
Oh, no problem. I'm pretty good with saving money, but getting what you want at the same time. So if you ever have questions, I'm not joking either. Like if you're like, hey man, do you know how to get this on sale or get it, cheaper than what people would ask you to pay? Yeah, I always got a plan for that stuff. So anyone out there, if you have those questions, you let me know and we can make that happen.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
So folks, I think I'm going to close this out. It's 2:27 in the a.m. I got to go to a party tomorrow. I know you got to go to a party. Well, it's SummerSlam. It's my friend's. My friend just got an apartment, so he's really excited to have like his first wrestling event there. Only thing that sucks is he lives so far away, so I don't plan on going to every pay-per-view at his house, because my buddy Phil literally lives 5 minutes from here, and he's got a house that's pretty nice. It's much more convenient. But I will go to that tomorrow, so it's an all-day event. I have to bake a ham. I know, right? Cool. But I just want to thank everyone that joined us tonight. The Rookie Critic says, bet Jeff has to pee super bad by now. A real trooper. I always hold out for through the streams. I would hate to leave. Like, I'll be right back, guys, to pee. I hold it. Like in the mornings when I drink too much coffee, I gotta go. Shit. But I make it through the show. Yeah. But through all the thanks, though, I want to throw the biggest one to you, Doomcock. I appreciate you making the time. It's late. I know you got a lot of stuff to do in your personal life, but we hung out. We did this. I hope everyone that listens tonight has subscribed to your channel. So at one point we had about 600 people listening. So I hope that 600 new subscribers for you, because like I said, you definitely deserve it, man. You put out great content and you're just so much fun to talk to. So tell everyone where to find your Patreon page so that you can become a Legionnaire and support Doomcock's taking over the world.
Thank you, Jeff. My Patreon address is patreon.com/Doomcock. And we have memberships starting at $1 a month, where you actually get access to the Doomcock roundtables. We have a roundtable every month where you actually can attend that roundtable and actually speak to Doomcock as we discuss topics of relevance at the time. And we go all the way up to Legionnaire, where you can be a supervillain in your own right and get an autographed picture, membership card, and certificate. And also, please do subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/Overlord DVD. We do a lot of stuff there, and I appreciate all of my subscribers and all my patrons and all the listeners to World Class Bullshitters and Geeks and Gamers and Ethan's channel and the High Council. You guys have been great, and man, you guys have been so good to Doomcock. You send me so many subscriptions, and people have said, hey, I found you through Jeremy or Jeff, and man, really appreciate it. So thanks, man.
Hey, anytime. Like I said, you are always welcome on here on the channel, and everyone in the chat is saying how much they enjoy it. By the way, folks, I posted a link to Doomcock's Patreon in the chat, so if you don't want to search it, you can just click it right here, and you guys can do that, join the club, just get more Doomcock content over there. And as always, thank you for watching World Class Bullshitters. I'll be back on Tuesday with Good Morning Pop Culture. And like I said, folks, next weekend, this coming weekend, the 24th through the 26th, do not go out. Make sure you keep your phones with you, because we're going to be live at our first convention as World Class Bullshitters. We're going to be live streaming. We're going to be going to parties and all that stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You can ask your questions. The Bullshitters will be together for the first time in 4 months in the same room. So you don't want to miss out on all the fun and craziness that's going to happen. So Party Alm Civvy says, just saw the Steve Miller Band live. What I missed? Well, Party Alm Civvy, you missed a hell of a show with Doomcock. So make sure that you go back and listen to this as it gets archived in the next hour or so, depending on how long it takes you to. Thank you, Party Alm City. Thank you, Darth Hammer. Thank you, everyone. So, Doomcock, you get the final word. Send us home.
Everybody out there in YouTube land, go to your beds tonight, determined to get up in the morning, angry, and stay angry the rest of the day and every day until Star Wars and Star Trek are fixed or avenged. From all of us here at Xanadoom at the center of the earth, good night, everybody, and thanks to World Class Bullshitters. Hail, Jeff.